Just don't provoke me, cause I don't need no cellmates. I'm in a two-seat, doing drops like a mailman. This ain't no hoopty, ass she riding, she's a hell yeah. No, I won't lose sleep about no pussy, I'm like farewell. Yeah. I'm outside. I know how it feel to see your homie switch sides. I know how to put that Rolls Royce shit in drive. I know how to load a clip and shoot, we gotta ride. You ain't gotta lie to me, baby, no.
All right, we're here at Truepod Studios in Garfield, New Jersey. We have Mr. Jonathan Hernandez, Kenneth Jorge, and special guest Johnny Kajal. Fellas, how you guys doing? We're actually, in the month of
April,
crazy tax season for you, John.
April showers bring May flowers.
There you go.
There's been a lot of money raining, I guess, in the tax business. I know that a lot of people probably didn't make it, might have had to file their extensions or whatnot.
This was the most extensions we filed in one day. At least personally, we filed 30, I think 30 extensions in one day. Just me.
Yeah,
the company overall was a couple hundred extensions, which is, it's a little
I think I filed
astonishing.
about within the last 2 hours, right before midnight. I think I did about 10 extensions.
Yeah, man. A lot of people, which was weird because during the pandemic, everybody was like filing on time.
Of course,
it's as if people took the pandemic approach again and say, yeah, fuck it. Like, you know what? I'll wait. No. They rolled the date back, bro. Like, you got to file. You understand? You know?
How about you, Johnny? Hey, listen, we want to get to know Johnny a little bit more. Johnny, I mean, we're here to talk investment with you today. And tell us a little bit about yourself, man. I mean, you came in. You diesel.
I told you.
He's icy. The man's...
I be wanting to punch Ken in the face talking about diesel because every time I talk about Johnny, he wants to bring up the time that Ken met Johnny and what I said about Johnny, and I be wanting to punch him in the face sometimes.
Because it's true. It's true. He wants me to say, he puts me in the spot. John was not answering my call for like 4 hours, which is unheard of. So I pull up to his house and he comes out with Johnny, and he's telling me like he looks at me and he's like, yo, he's strong, right? He's buff, right? Like he keeps looking at me, and I'm just like, I shake my head, but it's like if I say no or I brush it off, then Johnny's looking at me like, so I'm not, right? So I'm just like, okay, so just drop it. And he keeps looking at me like he keeps repeating it.
Yo, showed him what I did.
He was like, oh, he's big, right? He's big. And I'm looking at John. I don't want to see Johnny. And I'm just like, yeah. Right? But that's the first time I met Johnny. And, John.
Yeah, man.
How was your introduction to Johnny?
He absolutely destroyed the pizza.
Oh. Well.
Nah, he didn't eat, though. No. We actually, his girlfriend, Allison, she's a tax partner. Amazing tax partner. Probably the sweetest person in the world that I ever met. Not even joking. And... she's always pushed, hey, I want you to meet Johnny, my boyfriend. You guys are pretty much like just alike, man. Like, so I'm like, all right, cool. And at first I'm brushing it off because it's like, fuck we want to meet for.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, you know what? Let me hang out with Allie. She's mad cool. Then I see him, right? So, stereotypical. I'm like, motherfucker swollen. Like,
He's big.
Yeah, he's big.
He's a big guy.
Big guy. And then what happens, he started speaking. And with me, I've always said smart is not how much you know, but how fast you could process the information. So once we began talking, your man was a machine. Yeah. Right away? Yeah. Right away I said, time out. This motherfucker's smart. And then I stopped. Well, I was looking at him like in awe, nothing weird or nothing, all right, my guy. But, I was looking at him in awe, and I stopped the whole conversation. I say, yo, how old are you? How old are you?
At the time?
How old are you right now?
26.
26. I think at the time he was 24. 24. First of all, you could be my son.
There
right?
you go.
So I said, it's scary who you're going to be by the age of 30. And then we always kept in contact after that and always talked about, investment stuff. If it wasn't investment stuff, just what's next. And then we made a power move recently, but we'll get into that a little later.
There you
But
go.
yeah, bro, that's how I met Johnny. We went to eat, and then I guess it was history after that, But He's a big dude.
Johnny, tell us a little bit about what you do as far as how you gain the finances to get those icy chains that you got on right now.
So
I thought I was doing well, by the way. Let me just tuck my shit in, like, you know.
So I've been a strength and conditioning coach, and I specialize in neuromuscular therapy for probably about the last 10 years. And I was a little bit lucky and fortunate to get into that because when I was 16, so to break it down, like
You was fat?
I was fat. I was fat, I was fat at 15.
He's fat at 15. 16, he changed. But just go into like what that is as far as that particular specialty for those that.
So that niche, as far as neuromuscular therapy, it's a design way to treat all non-contact injuries. And I was fortunate enough that I had been taught that from a therapist in Germany. And he had came over. Now, the reason I had gotten taught that is my own personal struggle led me to get into that industry. So I had been involved in sports my whole life. Boxing, football, basketball. And when I was 16, I woke up one day and couldn't move.
Oh, shit.
Wow.
Couldn't tie my shoes, couldn't get out of bed. And I was like,
My back was killing you?
my hips.
Oh, your hips. Oh, my God. The psoas?
All of it.
You was fucking?
That's unstoppable.
She was the cause.
So I'm like, okay. I had sparred the day before. I'm like, something related to that. And then 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 4 days go by, and I was like, this is getting worse.
Oh, wow.
Can't tie shoes.
Oh, wow.
So in that 6-month span, I went to 7 doctors, 6 therapists, and 10 chiropractors. Nobody knew.
I was about to say
going on.
probably nobody knew.
Not a single human being. And their only answer at the time was, so when they through the MRIs and X-rays, I had 0 damage. They couldn't figure out why it was happening.
Right.
And one bright ideas doctor was, let's give him a double hip replacement.
Oh, wow.
16 years old. That was their option.
What?
So now I'm like,
He just want to see you naked, bro. That's it.
He was 16. He was 16.
yeah. He's probably in a pedophile list somewhere.
Double hip replacement.
and if you know anything about that, that's your death sentence now. You're
Yeah,
screwed.
yeah.
So I was like, okay, well, no, I'm not
Yeah.
going down that route. So I spent the next 6 months going down a very deep, dark rabbit hole of causes.
Were you depressed?
No, because in my head I realized, okay, it's no damage. There has to be a cause. What's
Right.
the cause?
Right.
I'm not panicking until someone tells me a cause. So if you're telling me it's no disease and you're telling me it's no damage, and that's when it clicked. It's not disease. It's not damage. It's my fucking brain. It's my brain or my nervous system. Something with my brain is off. And
What the fuck made you come to that conclusion, bro?
I realized when soldiers come back with PTSD,
There you
they
go.
have pain that shoots down the leg.
There you go.
So I
That's
realized
crazy.
it was trauma.
I touched on that. I touched on that when we was talking. I ran a few marathons, and I touched on that where I thought my knee went out. I couldn't walk, do anything, and later I found out it was a nerve that went down my leg.
It's like right now he can't get hard, right? So we know that it's a nerve.
It's a nerve. It's all mental.
It's
but
a nerve and
it's
blood,
crazy
you
you
know?
touch on that because it happened. It wasn't as obviously as crazy as yours, but I just never thought that a pain in my knee was coming from a nerve that goes down your
And
leg.
it goes so deep and far that most people can never comprehend.
Is it like the sciatic nerve?
So,
because
basically-
I suffer, bro, from like this whole left side of my body for, I gotta say, maybe like 15 years now.
So here's the easiest way I can describe it. So when you talk about neuromuscular therapy, nobody has a base understanding. So to explain it is difficult. But the way I'll say it is this. Imagine your body as a company for a second, okay? You have the brain as a CEO, connective tissue and ligaments as supervisors, and muscles as workers. If I was going to make a change to your company, where's the first place I'd go?
CO.
Okay. What does every therapist and doctor try to make a change to the company?
Muscle.
with? Okay. You go to a chiropractor for a back pain. What do? Touch your back, right?
There you go.
Go to
Or
a
your
therapist.
butthole. Let's stop.
Chiropractors. But same thing. You go,
Oh,
you
yours
go to a
is
therapist for shoulder pain. They treat the shoulder.
Yeah.
These people are treating symptoms. Symptoms. So that was my issue. Everybody was looking at my hips. So
Makes sense, yeah.
Through research, and
Yep.
I found someone who I thought could do something, and it said neuromuscular therapist from Germany happened to be in town, and I contacted him.
At 16.
Yeah.
See, I'm
And
telling you this guy.
At the time,
Tell you, bro.
16 years.
he was $1,000 an hour
Okay.
at the time. So at 16, I gave him one.
I still would have been fucked up. You
That
heard?
still would have been limping.
$1,000 an hour. Right now, forget it.
But
This
you
is
were,
where- so this-
you were facing, double hip replacement.
What option do I have?
Yeah.
So I meet him. He was actually in Colombia, and he was teaching a seminar there or something, and I saw him after. And he looked at me and laughed, and he goes, "How long have you had this?" And I said, "Now it's been about 6 months." He said, "Okay." He fixed me in 5 minutes, completely pain-free.
What the fuck did he do? Hold on.
I wish
What he
I
did?
had that right now.
No. Well,
It's $1,000 an hour.
He did.
Sucks.
If I told you, you wouldn't believe me. He made me breathe into a balloon while I pushed my leg against the wall. He said,
What? Whoa, what?
Hold on.
Listen, he made me breathe into a balloon while I pushed my leg into the wall. And he said, "You had too much air pressure in the left cavity of your body, causing your nervous system to overreact. You don't have a hip problem."
So you're just full of gas.
Why do I feel
air.
like I have that?
100%.
We're getting a balloon.
Yo,
We're
yo,
getting
get
a
a
Did you
balloon.
ever feel like you had to press on yourself here?
Get a balloon.
Get a
Dude,
balloon.
I'm gonna have to try that.
Get a balloon.
I deal with this.
I'm not even
every
joking.
Single day.
Do you know
of my
how
life.
easy it'd be for me to fix your body?
There you go.
Brother,
1 week.
And that's
Sounds a
what.
little weird, but it's
I
fine.
swear to God, I would give a testimony to every single.
And this is-
I've been dealing with this for 15 years, and what he just said makes so much sense. Because sometimes I press on my chest because I feel like I'm not it's not in place. But I also sometimes I gotta press here because I feel like I got air, and I don't know.
Yo,
if
let
I'm
me
dealing with
punch the shit out your rib
You
like
might-
one
You
time.
might break your hand.
And fart
While you blow a balloon.
while you blow a balloon.
That makes sense because you're blowing on a balloon and you're also forcing, so you're causing some pressure in your body
to-
right there to kind of push it out.
Now, we're just talking about one detail of one type of
Yeah,
therapy.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And then that's when the rabbit hole opened, and I was like, "Let me mentor under you." He said, "I'll be in New York for the next 6 months. You meet me every single day." I met him every single day at 6 a.m. And he was going to Wall Street and treating every CEO on Wall Street.
Wow.
So that's where I
Wow.
was at 16.
You hear this?
Yeah.
He said,
Wow.
"You will come in here. You do not say a fucking word."
But watch
You
this.
listen.
16.
Mm-hmm.
16. So
That was a-
look, he's 26 now. This 10 years later. And, he's successful, right? There's no magic to that. He just started very early.
Mm-hmm.
So by 26, you still go, he's young. I go, motherfucker's old. He's been doing this 10, 12 years already.
Yeah.
Then you go,
10,000
what?
hours.
Then you go, what? And then you listen to his story right now, and you're like, that's the difference. The difference is when he started. People like to start when it's too late.
Mm-hmm.
40 years old. Oh, I'm going to make a change. It's not too late, but it's going to be very hard against you.
Yeah.
It's going to be very hard against you. You fuck up. Ooh, you might not have another shot.
You don't have a margin of error anymore.
Yeah, you don't.
At 16, you can fuck up, go back to your mother's house 6 times, come back,
And I was fortunate enough to know that at 16.
Yeah.
I wasn't dull to the idea. I knew what I had, right?
Right.
And I knew how much time I had, and I knew I was able to fuck up.
Right.
That was the important part. Like, I identified that fast. I've been lucky enough in my life to be surrounded by really successful people in very, very, very different industries.
Right.
So I've had 3 mentors in my life. And one thing I've always prided myself on is to always exceed the expectations of that mentor. It's like a personal thing for me.
Mm-hmm.
So same thing with that therapist. And after he left, he said, "You now have the tools." And it's crazy. He's like, it's like with great power comes with great responsibility, right? Now,
Yeah,
and I
correct.
swear to God, he said that as a joke.
Toby!
He said, over the next few years, you're going to develop these skills, and you are going to be able to fix every single non-contact injury in the body.
Yo, you know what's crazy? When I watch his page, bro, you watch. He posts a lot of stories on testimonials from his clients that reply back to him and say, "John, I haven't felt like this in 5 years. Thank you. All the pain is gone." If you just follow him, you're like, it's bullshit.
Yeah.
But some of these people, it's too many before you go, all right, the dude knows he definitely has magic, or he knows his shit. And look, surely enough, the whole, a lot of people fuck with the guy.
Yeah.
You understand? He's like touching, fix.
What do you mean by non-contact? Is it non-contact? So it's something that
So
hasn't
contact would be scenario A, you have shoulder pain. I hit you in the shoulder with a baseball bat. Contact, right?
Contact.
Scenario B, you've been working out for a few months, and all of a sudden your shoulder starts hurting. That's non-contact. So what that would mean is that the brain is starting to form a compensation pattern away from the shoulder. So this can get very, very complicated, but can be broken down in a very simple way. The brain's major function is survival, right?
Yes.
The brain knows you do not need a shoulder, an ACL, or a low back to survive. It will shut down those muscles and let you tear them to protect heart, liver, kidney, and organs.
I feel dumb.
Right? So if
No,
your brain does that,
listen. This is what we do. Like, yeah, I love
Yeah.
it.
So if the brain can shut those things down, to perpetuate a feeling of safety, your fight or flight response, it will do that. It will
Yeah.
let you tear your
Yeah.
ACL every
Yeah.
single time.
That's why athletes tend to when they're injured, they tend to compensate and then hurt another part of their body because
It will never end.
it'll never
And
end.
so if you have a small tear and you get a surgery, you never fix the root cause, you put a Band-Aid on it. It will happen again and again. And the thing is with the brain and the nervous system, you don't realize how many things can influence it. The brain is very, very sensitive. Your body's state of being is a representation of its environment, right? Sounds, colors, mood. I can shut your whole brain off with one color.
Which
Is it black? Like,
So it's actually funny. Red is the worst color for human beings. And the reason that is that red actually,
You know, I was gonna say red right now.
red doesn't exist. It's not a real color. And your brain knows that. Red are different.
drop something for that. I've never heard that in my life.
I've never heard that in my life.
I've never heard
Red
that.
does not
It's not
exist.
exist in nature. It's not a real color.
I'm gonna have to check that now.
Now
No,
you're-
but you know what? I
Drop.
believe him because Ken told me that broccoli wasn't real, and it's not.
Oh yeah, it's been what do they call it?
It's a man-made. What is it? Man-made vegetable.
Well,
Most
it's
of
made out of lettuce.
It's made out of
It's made out of lettuce, and then they do a bunch of weird shit. I think they have like a factory of treasure trolls, right? Compressing it together.
Compressing broccoli.
Yeah, but I didn't know it. So red is not a color. You're gonna have me Google shit like this, bro.
So what ends up happening is your brain sees that and it doesn't know what it's looking at.
Okay.
So its natural condition is to protect itself. And then it will shut down the brain.
Yo, I'm thinking about now why you put a red stop sign so your body could go.
It's a fear mechanism.
Honestly, based on my driving record, I don't think my body ever went.
Now,
I mean, it doesn't work for the bull. Now you put red in front of him.
now here's where it gets crazy. So now, let's fast forward a little bit. Now it's like, let me put this to a test. And this is where my client, this is kind of like my upbringing now. So I had been lucky enough to be in a gym that housed all athletes at the time. Right. So I built a very big clientele base fast, which I was nervous about because, okay, here I am at 17, 18. Okay. How do I convince this person here to pay me? Your doctor's wrong, but I'm going to fix it.
At 17.
Right.
Did it all for free.
There you go.
Mm.
There you go.
Smart man.
I trained everybody for free. And I treated
Welcome
everyone
to
for free.
Truthful Taxes. I did a lot of motherfucking free taxes until I was able to charge what I wanted.
All right, yeah. So I'm
charge.
actually done with your taxes.
There
so
you go.
in order to pay me, I got Zelle.
I earned that.
And nobody wants to hear that. Nobody wants to hear my first year was free.
There you
Right.
go.
Right.
And because I get a DM or an email from a new trainer, hey, what'd you do to build up? How did you build your clientele? What'd you do? I did it for free.
Did it for free.
I built content and I built a repertoire and I built referrals and I built testimonials. And then I blast it. So something you always see on my Instagram, it'll say like result over marketing. Right.
There you go.
I never paid for an ad in my life. And
Change it.
I always prided myself on being organic in the beginning.
Yeah, that's a Truthful Taxes model, marketing model. Actually,
Yeah.
it's shared stories, testimonials,
Yep.
success, like real success stories. You know,
The reason why he's at where he's at, he doesn't go look for a client. Clients come to him because of referrals. Bottom line, done.
there you go. But
Done.
that comes with obviously actual product proof of concept. You actually tested 100 people that actually for free that actually responded and said, look, it works. You can't pay for that.
Mm-hmm.
It's not worth.
And
Yeah, it's
I
priceless.
think, and going back to the original conversation I had with that mentor, so at the end of it, when he left, he said, listen, you're going to develop a system over the next few years, and I can't teach you how, but you will figure it out, how to fix 99% of non-contact injuries in the body. That is going to be a very lucrative skill. Here's your promise to me. You can charge whatever you want to whoever you want as far as a higher-end clientele goes.
Mm-hmm.
You need to keep an affordable price for regular people, which is why I fixed you.
So dope.
So he made me,
So dope.
he said, promise me you will never make your therapy unaffordable.
So dope.
So I kept my therapy affordable always.
That's
and people
dope.
always like, why do you charge that?
That's dope.
So like I have to work. So if anybody doesn't, like a lot of people know me, like my schedule is 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. every single day, 7 days a week. I have taken 5 days off of work in 5 years.
$10,000
Christmas,
hours.
Easter, birthday, doesn't matter. Now, I had to do that because for me to then cash flow what I knew I could do, I had to fill it with more volume.
Yep.
But the more, there's a give and take, right? So did I have to work 3 times more hours? Absolutely. Could I have just charged $1,000 an hour and gone to work at 8 a.m., been home at 9 and called it a day? Great. I wouldn't have built any testimonials, any
Yep.
clientele, or any success stories. So the last few years I've changed my thing to I don't look for clients, I look for success stories.
There you
I don't
go.
need clients. I mean,
Truthful Taxes partnership.
There you
Right.
go.
Truthful
Right.
Taxes partnership.
But so, I mean, going back to our original meeting with John, what I never told you is why I wanted to meet with you, right?
Oh yeah, there you go.
There you go.
So, I've been lucky enough to in the business I'm in, I'm around clients from all different walks.
He wanted a scale. He wanted a scale, like if I'm correct.
No,
right?
it's not what it was.
Remind me
It's
then.
not what it was. So, I've been lucky enough to be around clients from all different walks of life. In a single day, I can have a high school kid, a notorious drug dealer, and a CEO of Wall Street in the same day, right? So, at the time when
He said notorious drug dealer.
No,
Not a weed seller, yeah.
Yeah.
Not a nickel and dime. Notorious means like
He has security.
Notorious.
400 pounds of cocaine. Yeah.
let's say Allie was in Truthful Taxes for probably about 6 months before I met you.
Was
right?
she the notorious drug dealer?
I wish. So she was in Truthful Taxes about 6 months before I met
About
you,
6,
right?
yeah.
Okay, so you gave me 6 months to analyze your business.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, here's what I found that a lot of people haven't realized yet. You do 10 times as much work as you're supposed to do so you can help more regular people.
Yes.
Yes.
And
Yes.
people don't realize that. People don't understand
Yes.
via the structure of his business. He could be doing 10x the revenue, but he would not be helping everyday people. And there would be no
100%.
success stories.
100%.
Okay, so that's where I felt morally relatable to. And I said, okay, well, that's someone I'll do business with. So I have a rule about business. And my father had told me at 21 years old when he started seeing me get successful, he said, you need to have a certain moral about business. And he said, never do business with someone who either doesn't have a family or doesn't have a religion. Okay? So my first 2 tattoos was my family and a picture of Mary. So I always told people, when you shake my hand, you'll automatically know what I'm about.
Yep.
Now, you
Either
either
or.
have to have a religion or a family.
have that
Because
same
it
tat.
tells me that you care about more than money. If the only thing you care about is money, I can't do business with you. You'll stab me in the back the first chance you get. Because you have no moral high ground.
Religion and family.
There you
All
go.
on my left arm. You know why? You know all my tattoos on my left arm? Not because I wanted a sleeve, because my father was a lefty.
There you go.
You understand? So in my representation to him, his nickname, Kiko, is down the actual muscle of the arm. You know what I'm saying? For strength. But the whole arm, he was, lefties are what? 7% of the world?
Yeah.
7% of the world. Rare. And he was a mathematician too. And a lefty. So you could give him any number. Hey, Papi, 200 times 400. And no joke, God is my witness. Within 3 seconds, he'll tell me the number. I never did math in school ever. Ever. He was a mathematician and a lefty. So I did everything on my left hand, arm, because of him.
There you go.
But religion, family.
When tattoos have meanings.
There you go.
100%, 100%. So he met me and then analyzed the business. I forgot. That's right. You're right. And he kept on like going in detail. And then we were talking about an app or something that.
So here's how I earned John's trust. And I don't
Okay.
know if he remembers about it. So we were having conversations over time, and at the time he had a competitor.
Yeah.
And a competitor was trying to do something. And I said, John, in exactly 6 months, this is what's going to happen to my competitor.
I told him same.
And I got a call 6 months later. He said, you motherfucker. And it was exactly what
remember.
happened.
I
you
remember.
go.
We called it. We called it because he said it's gonna flop because there's no structure behind
We
it.
talk the same conversation we have all the time.
And he said it too, And then I said, "Yo, you're right. And then next thing you know, there's not one partner in that business.
We have a conversation all the time when it comes to even like nowadays everyone is entering the self-employment world.
Yeah.
And there's people like yourself and different industries. The one thing that guarantees a business not lasting, I don't care how much talent you have, I don't see it lasting more than 3 years, is if you do not have a business structure under it.
Yeah.
You can be the best trainer ever. You can
Yep.
blow balloons and push walls all you want. You can be the best artist. You can have the best clothing line. If you do not understand business or you do not have something in any type of structure, failed.
Oh, 100%. And then
Fail.
and then above that needs to be purpose, right? So it's like
Yeah.
you can have amazing business structure, but I find that in businesses like yours and mine, where we deal with you have to understand we're in the people business. You're not in the tax business. You're in the people business.
What I said the other day.
We actually said yes, and we talk. I always say I'm in the information business.
And my line is, Truthful Taxes is a service company.
It's a service company. It's not a tax company.
We don't do taxes.
Right.
I serve 213 tax partners across the U.S. and help them become successful tax preparers. You understand? And successful entrepreneurs within this field. Other than that, I got like 700-800 clients. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Well, they're not doing all of my clients. Then we're a tax company. No. What you hear? No, payroll's this. No, we need to make sure that we find this payment for them. No, we need to do the onboarding. We serve.
We're operations center.
So I always told my partners, I work for you. I work for you. But trust me, I'm going to work damn hard for you. Okay? Don't be shitty towards me. So it's an oxymoron. It's like, damn, like, all right, I pay him and he works for us. But if I, suck at what I do and my effort,
You're failing.
you're failing. So it still falls on you.
Your
But
success.
how much you put in is how much I give back to you too. You understand? If you have listen, I'll take money any day. Give me 1,000 people paying me money. That's not my fault you didn't hustle. You understand? But once you call on me, John, I need this favor, or can you? Yeah, no problem. This is what we're gonna do. Meet me at this time. Bang. All right, cool, done. You know why? I don't ever want you to tell me that I didn't give you the service, that we didn't answer the phone, that we didn't do the right. No. I want you to know that you didn't make it because of you. That's it. The tax partners who dropped out, probably wasn't for them at the time.
Timing.
You know what I'm saying? It probably wasn't for them at the time.
Timing, effort.
But it may be for them 2 years from now when they go through that life-changing event or get sick and tired of being sick and tired. Mm-hmm. Then they go, you know what? I want to give this a try. Because I'm going to tell you right now, I probably don't know any other industry right now that's easier to make it than tax preparation. No joke.
With the startup costs
Startup costs and with everything that you get with the startup, I don't know no other industry right now. For 3,600, I know. Don't even start, because Grant Cardone's his banker, who's the funder for the company, he goes, John, Grant Cardone, delivers a lot of information.
Yes.
But you have a business in a box that's proven for 3,500.
There you go.
We'll get on that on another day. But right now, let's secure the financing. Mm-hmm. And he fucks with me because I want to charge everybody $10,000 because I know, But then it goes back to what he just said right there. Don't ever forget, or don't ever become too big where you can't help the people who can't afford it. Mm-hmm. So this is why I keep it so low, where I get a little profit, but at least I give everyone opportunity. We talked on that the other day where you said, what do you want? We closed out one of the podcast shows, and he said, what do you want Truthful Taxes, when people hear about Truthful Taxes, to know? We're a company that gives you a chance. You got a chance at being a successful entrepreneur within the tax preparation business. You actually have a chance.
And a high percentage chance.
And a very high percentage chance.
So I touched on this, I think it was the last podcast, where it's like, I'm trying to figure out the algorithm with Truthful Taxes that you guaranteed to get exactly what you put into. Like it's dollar for dollar. If you want to use that as an example, like if I put 10%, I get exactly 10% back.
Here, let me give you a scenario for a second, right? I have maybe always at any given time 50, 80 clients in person, not counting online clients. So it's over 100 people rotating all the times. 100 different human beings. Yeah.
A week?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
There you go.
Now, so
you definitely caught COVID.
Never got it.
No.
I'm immune.
He's immune.
You eating Vicks or something. Nah.
So here's the little when we talk about money or entrepreneurship, we have to break down mathematics, right?
Okay.
Always. When you make the math simple, it makes people go, oh, okay.
Yep.
Now, so people always break down the math as far as, making $1 million is, $3,000 a day, whatever. Let's talk about clients for a second. Every human being who makes an income in America
Pays taxes.
needs to pay taxes.
Crazy.
Look at the pool of clients I have to draw from. It is the 0.1% of the population in America. You guys have seas
Did you
of
just
people.
hear what he just said? 0.1, and I know his numbers are sharp because I know him. 0.1% of the United States
Is a potential client.
is a potential for him.
Yeah.
For him. 100% of the United States is a potential client for me.
Yeah.
You know what that means?
It's infinitely
learn
scalable.
I'm going to learn how to do it. Okay?
Yeah.
If killing ducks was 100% guaranteed, like a profession for the United States, I'm fucking quacking everywhere, bro. Quack, quack. Everybody dying. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's crazy though. The partnership, and I know he touches on his part, like the back office and the operations center, is focused on supporting. What I'm trying to figure out, and it's just my own personal, just trying to figure this out, is how come this product, if you put 100%, you get 100% back. If you put 10%, you get 10% back. Because there's so many other businesses that, people start and they put, every single minute of the day and every last dollar, and it fails.
I think it goes back to what Johnny said. It's literally everyone got to do taxes.
Because
Yeah,
it's
but
a service business. You don't have to. There's no outside variables. It is you and the client. You need to be able to have a conversation with a client and make them feel comfortable. You are a problem solver at the end of the day.
Yeah, 100%.
I am here
That's
to solve
what we
your
do. We
problem.
solve problems.
Okay, now there are under industries where you can be a problem solver, but there are outside influences you cannot control. As a taxpayer, you control all the variables.
You control all the variables, and the parts where the client wasn't able to control, you can put them back in control.
There you go.
And that's why it's if we put the effort in learning what to help them control, we become very successful. You know what? You know why? Because Johnny refers his brother who has a strong influence on his brother. Johnny has you understand?
I also and I also believe that it's once again the product that John created a couple of years ago, where you get a laptop, brand new laptop with every single thing there. There's every single spreadsheet there is for a reason. Every single video in there, the university, every single thing is for a reason.
Johnny, I literally copy that, and that's what we do. We got to onboard this first class in 2 weeks right now, right? We got to onboard it today. You know what we do? We copy and paste the files for what I originally did, like for 15 fucking years. That's it. Nothing changed. Because I dumbed it down
for you.
For me, if I understand this, because I put it at its simplest form of understanding. If I understand it, everybody's gonna understand it.
So for new partners coming in, or just those that just are hearing about the partnership.
I don't mean to cut you off, but did you hear what you just said? Mm-hmm. What did people just pay for? 15 years of what? Experience?
15 years of knowledge.
15 years of experience.
So $3,500 for 15 years of experience.
It's amazing. How much is that? That's like $90 a year? No, a little more. 100. No, that's $200 a year.
It's
That's
just
crazy.
It's crazy.
Don't do that, Johnny, because I swear to God, everybody's gonna pay $40,000 for this course. I'm not joking.
Well, there's people that would pay it right now. I know that there's people that would pay it
100%
because they're making $200.
Yeah, 100%. Yo, we just got. Yo, I go, Cassandra, what's that guy's paycheck? Oh, it's $20,000 and change for the week. You heard that, Johnny?
That's a 30-year partner.
30-year partner. What's your paycheck? It was $20,000 and change this week. My man, there's people with college degrees, master's degrees, doctoral degrees, still not making $20,000 in a week.
No.
I've spent a total of 8.5 days in college.
There you go.
Ever tell you my college story? How I got dropped out?
Nah, how? How you got dropped out?
How you got
I was told to drop out
there you go.
by the teacher as a way to help me. So I went to Stepinac in White Plains, okay? And I got a full ride to University of Miami out of high school, okay? Guidance counselor fucked up my transcript. Didn't send it on time. So Miami contacts me and says, listen, we can't enroll you in this semester, but you can come in January. Fuck. Okay. Let me go to WCC, a community college, and do a credit or two just to pass the time.
Right.
So I go, and one of my classes is kinesiology. Now,
What is that?
kinesiology, study the body. So anyway,
Sounds
so
fun.
now at the time I'm 19 years old. I'm now 3-4 years into therapy and training. So I look in this class. I'm like, okay, I'm not showing up to this. So I don't. This is where now that screwed me. Didn't show up to the class, and I showed up for the midterm. Had the highest grade in the class. Showed up for the final. Had the highest grade in the class. They gave 3 hours to take the test. I finished it in 27 minutes. So I leave. Okay, done. I get an email 2 days later that says, hey, please see teacher, no grade. I had a grade and they took it off my blackboard. I come in, I'm like, hey, what's the issue? I have my teacher, the dean of discipline, and the dean. I said, we have reason to believe you cheated on this test.
Ooh.
Now, if I get expelled from there, I don't go to Miami. That tarnishes my scholarship.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there, how do I explain, listen, I didn't cheat on your test. I do this for a living. I'm like, yeah, okay. They sat me down and gave me another variation of the test.
And you did it just as fast.
5 minutes sooner. So this is kind of like where I'm gonna grin my teeth.
That disrespect. Yeah, that disrespect, bro.
So they sit there, like, please sit back down while we grade it. And she grades it. She goes, okay, everything seems fine. I'm like, no. What was the score?
You got higher.
It was a perfect score, 100. Dean of discipline walks out. He goes, sorry for wasting your time. The lady teacher stops me. She was like, what do you do? Telling her my story. She goes, and why are you here? I said, I'm going to Miami. She was one of the brokers in Wolf of Wall Street movie.
Wow.
Real life.
Uh-huh.
She said, please do me and yourself a favor. Please take another semester off and do not go to Miami. If you do not double your business in the next 6 months, you can go. If you double your business, please do not go to college. It's going to waste your time.
Wow.
And she was, and then so my
got
business,
goosebumps.
my business had 4x at that time in a span of 4 months, and I never went to that next semester of college.
Wow. It's crazy, right? I never knew that. You
It's the
see,
best advice you
yo,
got.
and yo, listen to me, bro. This is why Truepod was formed.
There you go.
You know what I'm saying? To hear a young 16-year-old do what he did because of a pain that he was experiencing, how he brought it to this level, was convinced of not even attending college because actually Johnny was worth more to Johnny than actually a college or any job that was going to pay him.
His time was worth more.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
That's why Truepod was formed,
Mm-hmm.
to highlight who this person is, why they did it, and where they at, and where they actually see themselves going.
Now I understand the what caused it, which is the pain, right? And the 1 year off of the first year of just free. At what point did you have like this like any doubt? Now I don't think that's
Yep,
you don't
had
portray
doubt.
you don't portray someone that doubts, but we're human. It's possible.
I never doubted my ability. I doubted being able to portray my ability for other people to see.
There you go.
Okay?
That's
'Cause
relatable, especially.
I never doubted what I was able to do because I've replicated it so many times, and I've caused.
But how
I've
do you
fixed so
make people convinced? Like,
How do
oh,
I
wow.
convince people?
Yeah.
How do I show enough people? How do I market this? How do I
Yeah.
let the world see I can help you for a reasonable price? Because it sounds crazy. So, because here's the thing, right? It's like an ongoing joke. When someone leaves a therapy office, they go home, they tell their friends and family, Johnny fixed this. What did he do? I don't really know. He just kind of did some stuff and pointed this spot in my ribs. And
There's
you
no
just gotta go.
definitive. There's no definitive answer.
Right? It's like you go to a restaurant, John. How was the food? You're like, it was.
Yeah,
It was,
yeah,
it
I
was,
got you. I got you.
There you
There's
go.
no
was
way
my
you
problem.
can say the amount of salt that he put was 0.68 kilograms. Amazing. No, you can't. You know what I'm saying? You can't.
So then, at that moment, I said, okay, this, as far as an investment or entrepreneur standpoint, this doesn't need to be scaled. This is perfect right where it is. Do not ruin a good thing. This is has become my cash flow vehicle that I love to do, and I can change lives. Now is where I go into other things.
Yeah. Now, see, Johnny's smart too. He's came to me, you know, on investments. You know, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? And I'm giving Johnny the best advice based on Jonathan's experiences, mine. You understand? So I'll hear it, analyze it, and then I'll go, yeah, I think it's cool, but... And that's only because I'm playing safe for myself, too, because the decision I give him, I want it to be where I know it's safe. Because I don't want him to fail off of my advice. So I'd rather give him the most solid advice that I would take for myself. And it came down to one day he goes, yo, I love what I do. But realistically, I can't do this fucking forever. I want a family. You understand? And I said, okay, now we talking. Now what's up? And then we started talking investments. And then, you know, I would say we went back and forth for
9 months.
about 9 months, right? And then one day, I'm analyzing because I actually had a bunch of different deals on the table, even going up to Rock Nation, and I'm analyzing what's best for Truthful Taxes and John. You don't want to go ahead and get an investor, and then you got to wear a suit and tie, and you got to go ahead and you want to be able to operate at your free will because you know what grew the company. You understand? My personality, my morals, my operation, my craziness allow people to gravitate towards it. My work ethic, the product spoke for itself, and it grew. Understand? So when I look for an investor, I'm looking for an investor that obviously sees everything I see, but also understands how important it is to let me be who I need to be. Because the minute you put me in a cage, I'm breaking the fuck out. You understand what I'm saying? So my investors allow me to be who I need to be. So when I was looking at investors, I'm like, I got to raise the company valuation, right? What best way to raise a company valuation? On paper first.
Yeah.
And your ambition and hustle will bring it in the revenue, which match the evaluation.
There you go.
Right? So I did it 2 times successfully. I brought in, I won't say his title, but I brought in a very powerful CEO that runs probably the biggest
Nonprofit.
in the world, right? Bang. Analytical monster just like Johnny. Numbers. I love it. I love it. Then I brought in Paulie Malignaggi, boxer. Why? Because he has a serious network. You understand? I can make a call, yo, Paulie, you know that? Yeah, boom.
And he believes in you.
We in every single ring, every single time, whenever we want. For free. You understand? You know how much you got to pay for that, bro? Johnny, you know that. You know how much you got to pay for that?
There you go.
So I understood that getting Paulie there was great because Paulie let me be me. Paulie understood the company. And Paulie understands investing because he has some investments that didn't work. Then I said, all right, I'm looking for one more. But this was like years and years after them being on board already.
Yeah.
And then when I was speaking to Johnny, I'm like, smart kid. I like him. He fully understands the business because he hears the fucking business every day in his house. His wife, his girl is a tax partner.
She believes in him.
So he'll call me every fucking week or every 2 weeks and be like, John, you know what the problem is? He's hitting me with free inside advice based on his thought process on what he's hearing. Every time he's right. And I go, I know you're right, but I got to do this. And he goes, got it. And after fucking 10, 15 times of calling me with advice, I go, hold on. I'm walking through the mall. I had to go buy a Gucci bag for Christmas. And he calls me again with some words of advice for the company. I say, yo, Johnny, do me a favor. I like you, bro. Okay? Put some money together, and you could do this permanently with me. All right? But I'm letting you know right now, you're paying exactly what the company's worth. Okay? He goes, deal. No problem. We'll get it together. I'm like, oh shit. All right. Motherfucking serious. Then we went back and forth. We won't actually discuss the number part of it, but we went back and forth where we agreed. I probably spent 2 weeks constructing a tight document based on real numbers.
Yeah.
And boom, we made a deal happen. And now he's the third investor for Truthful Taxes. And honestly, just like Paulie and my other investor, I know it was a great decision.
Yeah.
But greatness is time. I know that in a little more time, you look back and go, I told you so. You understand? So that's where we at right now. You know, Johnny's the third investor in the company. And I'm not saying there won't be more investors in the company, but he's the third right investor for me and Truthful Taxes. You understand? So yeah, that's it. On the investment part, Johnny's one of Johnny. What's another investment? You
First, before we do that, let's clap it up for Johnny.
Oh yeah,
There you
Welcome
go.
aboard, son.
Welcome aboard to the
Yeah.
Truthful Taxes family.
Welcome aboard, bro.
You know, glad to have you.
I'm blessed to be on the team.
Yo, matter of fact, it's dope that he's an investor because you see, look, I actually do have many other investments that move for itself, but this is, I think, one of his real investments that he doesn't have to move a finger and it moves. You understand? He actually, what's that term? You're not making money until you're making money while you're sleeping.
This is it.
So now he finally has an investment where he doesn't have to do one thing but give advice, strategic advice, and go, oh, wow.
You see with investment though,
wow.
you know, one of the things that he and we have conversations with other business. It's like we pretty much consult other business coming up, and one of the things is it's not always the money, right? So there's tons of money out there. There's tons of investors. Tons.
Oh, there's no shortage of
There's no shortage of money. It's the knowledge that the person, you know.
Here's what I told John when I wanted to invest. I said, because I know he has access to money wherever he needs it.
Yeah.
So here was my I need to offer him something that money cannot buy him. Okay. So I told John, listen.
That was my question. I was like, you don't need it.
I told John, listen.
Yo, no offense to you, right?
Yeah.
How much you probably, fuck it. How much in the last year you've probably heard or seen in revenue from me? Realistically.
It's definitely over a mil.
Millions, bro.
Yeah, it's definitely over easy.
One conversation would be 300,000,
Yeah.
400,000 bank.
I say
So-
so to be honest, I say in the last 4 months is conversation and actual dollar figures
about 3.5.
Yeah.
About 3.5 mil.
So from the outside
And I'm saying
looking
that
in,
because your investment, I use it for two ways.
Mm.
So you know, and you never even knew this, but I tell you because this is Truepod. I use it, one, to pick up the company evaluation because I want to hurry up and put the revenue towards the company evaluation.
Mm.
Why? Because we already know what we're shooting for.
Yeah.
You understand? So how do you do that? Next step. All right, let's pick up the company evaluation on paper. All right? While I work on getting the revenue there in the next 2 years, which is crazy by itself. You already know that.
Yeah.
So now, bang, second reason. Kid is fucking smart. I could pick his brain. All right? Or because he's younger than me doesn't mean that he doesn't know more than me in certain areas. I understand it. I'm 38. I don't mind listening to a 26-year-old.
We're always learning. So
You understand?
So that was once he said I was okay. So the conversation comes up, and it's like no, one, is it necessary?
Mm.
Yeah.
No,
he
but
bought an invaluable asset. So what I told John is, listen, the people who are loyal to you.
no, but because it comes off, I was about to hate.
You laughing? My man. Before our deal went through, this motherfucker knew about the deal at least 6 or 7 times. And I'm like, yo, I don't know. But then I go, I probably, matter of fact, let me see if this goes through first. And then I go, you know what, Ken? I'm gonna do it with Johnny. Son's telling me to do it with Johnny.
Yeah, but it's one thing that I find value is information.
But it wasn't even information. It was a positional role because I have yet to offer information, right? So it's not like he was buying some pretext information. I told John, listen, the people who are very, very loyal to you and love you are never gonna possess what I have work ethic wise. They're not gonna work 15 hours a day, 7 days a week. I've already proved that to you.
Yeah.
The people who will work 7 days a week for you will not be 100% loyal to you. I am the only person that will be both. I will leave a funeral early. I will miss Christmas. I will miss my birthday. I've done it for the last 10 years. I do not care.
It's shit like that, yo. You don't understand.
You can't teach that
Stuff
though.
like that.
You can't teach
You know who?
that.
You know who does that? I'll be honest. Guy in front of me, Ken.
Well, look where he was how many years ago from 2 years ago to now.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
You just can't teach that.
And this is why I fuck with Ken. This is why I fuck with you and my investors and the people who are dearly loyal to me. And this is what he says all the time. Yo, there's something bigger over here that's about to happen. But when it comes down to the little things, yo, Ken is always there. Always there. Right now, I just bought, I bought a dope home, 1 point something mil. I can't be there for the contractors. Yo, Ken, do me a favor. There is no damn, I'm tired. It's, yo, of course. All right, cool. Let me let them in. And when he's in there, he's doing things as if it's me. You understand?
Yeah. It's the attention and care.
Yeah, and it's the same way I would do with him if I knew there was something brewing, because his favorite thing is something brewing. You understand?
Yeah.
It's little things like that where
It's opportunity. And also I have a history. My history is real estate. Real estate management, luxury. So when he's like, when I see what's going on and I see what's going on the company and the week that we're having, this is a Super Bowl for tax purposes.
Yeah.
It's like, you know what? This is second nature to me, right? Managing real estate, managing projects.
And you've been in high pressure situations. You're just changing the environment.
Exactly. This is actually this is a walk in the park for me, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. But it's once again, it's the team player, the work ethic. You can't teach that, and the understanding of the bigger picture is that this is way bigger than all of us.
You know what hit me hard as a kid? So a mentor I just had, he's actually famous in the strength and conditioning world. He just passed away 2 weeks ago.
Wow.
Right? His name is Louis Simmons. He's got a big documentary on Netflix. It was actually in the documentary, certain back end part. So he started a gym in Ohio called Westside Barbell. It had 168 world records. It's an invite-only gym. So he changed strength and conditioning for athletes and sports all across the world. And I went out there when I was 17. I knew someone. I got invited out. So he does a thing where he invites the 15 strongest people in the world, and they train every morning at his gym. Okay? So every morning at 5 a.m., you meet him for breakfast. You have to be at breakfast or don't come to the fucking gym. Pays for breakfast every morning for the last 30 years. And as I was talking to him, I'm like, this is crazy. Like, this guy changed the world of strength and conditioning and everything you do in a high school gym or whatever. And he built these machines. And I was like, what's the goal? I'm trying to think of like this monetary thing that he's trying to say. So he pulls up his sleeve and there's a tattoo. It says, Louis Simmons, born October 1947, died never.
Wow.
He said, I am going to leave
There
the
you go.
greatest legacy
There
in
you go.
human history of strength and conditioning.
There
There will
you go.
never be another human being who doesn't remember my name when it comes to this.
I put a post the other day. That matches exactly what you just said. And it said, you can't leave with nothing, but you can leave everything down here. You understand? Your legacy, what you built. If you change thousands and thousands of people's lives,
Lasts forever.
there you go. So John will be there forever. Louis, rest in peace. Louis, right?
Yeah.
Will be there forever. He didn't take nothing with him, but he left everything down there. And
Left
that's
the legacy.
that's exactly what I thought about the other day when I posted that. I said, yo, buy another house, buy another car, can make God knows how much more money. But once you die, you ain't taking nothing with you. But what do you do? Because most of the people forget about you in 7 days. Once you're dead. 7 days.
Yeah.
Can't forget about me if I'm permanently here. You understand? Because once you change somebody's life, it's game over. That's permanent.
There you go.
You change 1,000 people's lives. Guess what? John's gonna be known forever.
I think legacy is one of the few traits that people no longer seek in this generation.
Instant gratification took that away.
Oh, instant gratification. Delayed gratification at the end of the day is going to be the number one thing to ensure your success always and forever. It's never going to change, right? But things like legacy don't matter anymore. I have a big tattoo on my chest here of Julius Caesar, right? There isn't a human being on earth in the last 50 years who doesn't know the name Julius Caesar.
Yeah.
And it will be for the next 50 years, the next 50 years after that. And I was like, does anybody see how fucking impressive that is? Like,
He was wilding out with his balls out with the skirt and everything, right?
There you go.
Charge!
that's how important fucking legacy is. And here's why I say that. And I don't expect everyone to understand. The average new entrepreneur investor wants to either buy their time back or have luxury things or have a nice house, have a nice car.
By the time back.
Let me ask you a
Hit
question.
that drop.
You have it, right?
Buy that time forward.
Bang!
Let me ask you a serious question.
Yeah.
How long until you were bored with that Lambo after you bought it?
How long?
Until you were bored with it, where you didn't care about it anymore, where that dopamine feeling wore off.
Oh, I said this yesterday.
I'll tell you.
No,
Yeah, you know, because he went through a period of scared. I think he was just kind of like scared because he wouldn't take it out. I told him, I told him one day, because I know I felt it. It's the
what's that thing called?
It's survivor's remorse.
Buyer's remorse.
Buyer's remorse. But it's also
buyer's remorse.
Yeah, but it's also survivor's remorse.
Yeah.
You know, he comes his background, where he comes from.
It's very hard to let loose for someone.
It is, and I actually probably have it recorded because we were driving out of the Lambo dealership.
You know what's funny? Yo, real talk. When I bought the Lambo, right?
I went with him,
and he went with me, and you know, I pulled off the lot. I don't remember how I got home, but he video recorded everything. I didn't know he was video recording. He had the phone low, and then he sent it to me through WhatsApp.
Yeah,
and I watched it, and I was catch. I know, obviously, I know me. I was catching my face, and studying my facial gestures and going,
this is
I
what
wasn't
I was
there.
Yeah,
I wasn't there. I was there, but I wasn't there. And I remember telling him, I was like, this feels fake. Everything feels fake right
now. So I know that, and I felt like, you know, he doesn't feel comfortable.
Yeah.
And I told him probably like a week later, because he wasn't even driving it. It was just, I think he would just go downstairs and just look at it. And
First
go
3
back.
days. First
and,
3 days.
And I told him, I was like, yo,
yeah?
do me a favor. Drive around, you know, our area, Fort Lee, Jersey. Just go to like the, just drive around a little bit and just get comfortable. Cause
now, after that, how long until you realized how fucking meaningless it was?
A week. A week.
Everything I've ever purchased in
1
my
week.
life.
1
Every
week.
piece of jewelry, every car, every clothes I bought.
1 week.
I was bored of in a week. And that's when it fucking hit me. And the reason people can't understand this is because they haven't purchased these things yet.
Yes.
And I don't expect you to understand me.
Yes.
When you buy it and when you hold it in your hand, after that 10 minutes of dopamine wears off, you're like,
that's
I'm a
what you're
fucking
looking
idiot.
for, because what we're looking for is the next achievement. But once you reach an achievement, right? I'm going to say something crazy. Once you reach an achievement, because we have a natural born tendency to not stop.
You know what
Guess
that's
what?
called?
What?
In psychology? The arrival theory.
Okay.
It's called the arrival theory. So the arrival theory is basically a displacement of you are focusing on a goal area so hard that the second you hit it, your motivation was this arrival theory that the human brain never actually registers you reaching that point. So you never get the dopamine hit you thought you were going to get because the buildup was bigger than the bang.
Yes. So you ready? You ready? And anybody who, if you hear this, you come for me, I'll shoot you. I'm licensed. I'm not even joking. So look it. What happens is, this was about 2 years ago. I was in my den. I have a den where I have my workspace. And, you know, it was tax season. I think I had 163 partners at the time. I logged into my bank account. And for the first time, I seen 2 commas. I got nervous. I logged off. I got nervous. It's like, oh, shit. Oh, shit. Yo, I did it. I did it. I ran to the corner of the window.
Yeah.
Because I had a dope view. And I soaked it in. You know what I'm saying? I was like that. Let me go pay my mortgage. Watch this. I sat down right before I paid the mortgage. I said, yo, I did it. I did it. Right?
I know the feeling.
Reach
Except
that dopamine.
my story is not as good as yours.
Now watch this. Watch this. I paid the mortgage. I didn't see 2 commas no more.
There you go.
You know what happened? I got furious. I said, I need to see those commas permanently in my bank account. I became an absolute different animal besides the animal that I was in order for me to see those commas. You understand what I'm saying? I tell him all the time, yo, I need to see this by this. If not, I got to do this. My love right now has nothing to do with work. I got to do this. Is wanting to see the 3rd comma. You heard what I said? The 3rd comma. Then after that 3rd comma, may be a dream. But I'm not going to stop till I see that 3rd comma. You understand what I'm saying? Instantly, once I felt that level of dopamine was gone in motherfucking 10 seconds after I paid that mortgage. And it was the same thing with the car. But the only thing, the car, you see it more.
Yeah.
So when I had bought that Lambo, this is crazy. 3 months later, I was bored in my living room. I'm like this. So, yo, let's go to Lamborghini. I'll buy another one. Fuck it. So he's like, John, you don't need it. I said, no. It's going. I want it. I only want to drive Lamborghini. My keys only need to say Lamborghini. Fuck it. And you know what happened? I wrote a $110,000 check, right?
Yeah.
And I bought the next Lamb. That was the down payment, by the way. Bang. Put out the car. It sat. 3 months later,
Nah, a little bit
fuck
more.
it. Let's get it out of here. You understand what I'm saying? It was gone.
I know the feeling immensely.
Yo, it was gone.
You know
One,
what's
two,
crazy?
three.
You know what's crazy? And we were just having a conversation. It's like it's crazy to hear these types of it's a blessing. It's not crazy. It's a blessing. But we have tax partners right now
Yeah.
that are having these same conversations John is having.
Right now, arguing right now with their girl, talking about, no, I want the S class. And I jumped out my seat going,
Because they
You know
can
what that
get
mean?
it.
yeah. Now it's achievable for them.
It's funny because so when I met Allie, you didn't know Allie right when I met her.
No.
So when I met Allie, she was a nurse.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. I go to work 3 days a week. I don't bring my work home with me. I don't care about money. I make enough to pay my bills, and that's it.
Yeah.
And then I changed her fucking world real fast.
Oh, 1, 2, 3. Yeah.
Because she had never like she was in this bubble, right? And
Yeah,
she-
matter of fact, she used to be my client.
yeah,
And
that's
it
how-
was only work. That's it. You know, nurse making great money and nothing about business. Nothing.
Yeah.
And I remember, I don't know what, it was like a very specific thing that clicked in her head. I think I was going to go buy a watch as an investment. And she's like, oh, you're going to buy a watch. And I guess she just didn't understand what things cost. And I was like, how much? She's like, how much is it? And I was like, $48,000.
A watch.
Like, what? And then it's funny because
He made it sound easy though, but hey, audience, let me look at you directly in the camera. All right, camera, listen to me. He's saying 48,000, but understand that he could do that in one day because he worked his ass off for fucking 10+ years.
Mm-hmm.
So how fast he do it is really because he took too long to get there. All right, so don't think that was an easy thing for him to do. He just made it look easy. All right, peace out.
Keep that
So
up.
then-
And actually, just because you're gonna touch on that, I want you to elaborate as far as when you said an investment. A lot. I know a lot of most people know that there is pieces that are investment pieces. But I want you to touch.
fucking investment pieces on the neck.
I want you to touch on this because I've never heard this. I don't think you can look this up
It
anywhere.
makes sense though. It makes sense because
It does make sense because we understand business. But for those
no,
that
because I recently actually just started buying jewelry.
correct,
Even though I've bought jewelry, but not at that magnitude where you're paying 50 a hit, 70,000 a hit. You understand? But I actually started learning the game, and this diamond chain this diamond necklace right here, right? This is the second one that I bought, right? This one was I paid 47,000. It's 52 carats, right? No, 37,000. It's 52 carats. I upgraded it. Fuck you, fuck you. I already know. He already know. I had a nice one, but it was cute. You know
yeah,
what
it
I'm
was
saying?
cute. I remember.
It was cute. That one was 17,000. But because I have buyer's remorse, I never really buy myself stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I had a dope rollie, and it was 8,000. And then when I went back to the dude, it was 12. So I was like, oh shit, time out. Got a nice piece. Is going up. Bought the chain. It was 17. So I'm like, all right, cool. Probably 20 when I go back, like maybe in a year, maybe 19. All right, I'm not losing
That Rolex
and is
for-
insured. Yo, watch this. And is insured.
I'll touch on that.
So boom, what happens now? Motherfucker come to my crib because we got into like our third investment.
This is
talk.
our last meeting.
This was our last meeting, right? Because I said, yo, I flipped on him one day. I was like, yo, Johnny, enough of the bullshit. Do me a favor. Send me a motherfucking wire and let me know that you serious. All right? And then we'll talk. He did that. So he comes to the crib and motherfucker got my same exact diamond necklace. But bigger. But like much bigger. So I'm like, I stopped him. I was like, yeah, that's nice. You know, mine's alright. Yeah.
Yeah, it's cute.
I didn't like the way I felt. Yeah, I didn't like the way I felt, so I was like, all right. Next time I go to jeweler, I'm gonna buy something better. You know, I'm gonna buy something bigger than this one. I went to the jeweler 2 days later. I said, no, the whole thing. No, I want to trade it in. Yeah, I want that one, the big one. That's the biggest one you got hit. Yeah, because we just sold the other one to Envy. I think it was DJ Envy.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah, I want that one. I want that. Now, I wear it and I go, all right, it's good. I like this. But nah, this is so like investing, right?
So
Jewelry.
I'll talk about that. So
Your man has a box, guys. Can we show the box? How do we get the box in here?
Well, that comes with investing. You just can't do it with
I
that.
thought this
you
was his
definitely-
will. You heard?
no, you get gifted when you spend a certain amount of
It's a,
Shit.
There you go.
Come on, don't do that, Johnny. Don't do that because they'll give me the store. All right?
So when I was 20 years old, so a lot of my friends have always been older. I've always gravitated to older people.
yeah.
Yeah.
And I had a friend named Dave, and he always wore a lot of jewelry. He said, yo, I'm going to the store. You want to come? I said, yeah, I want to come. I was always fascinated by it because it was an attention grabber.
Yeah.
And going back to what I said previously of how do I get people's attention for my business, I said, well,
Right.
light bulb, right?
And not to show off though.
No. It was an attention thing.
Yeah. Clickbait.
It was 100% in-person clickbait.
Yeah. In-person clickbait.
So we went, and I had a little small chain. I was like, let me go trade this in and just get the cash. Because I wanted to spend some money for a course at the time.
Uh-huh.
So I go to LaBelle Jewelers in Jersey, Ottawa, run by Al and Rob. Those are my guys.
That's not the same guys.
Nah, but it's right there.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
in Totowa.
And it's
Yeah.
Alan.
Yeah. Is it the
Ben?
same? Okay, is
No,
it a building with a bunch of jewelers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, my friend Al owns that place. That's his whole building.
It's Expo. The Julie.
Yes, Julie Expo.
Shout out
Who's the dude on the
Okay,
left?
okay,
Ben, this is my
okay.
guy.
There you go.
Al, that's his uncle. He's on
Okay.
the other side. So we go to the same people.
Shout out
Alright.
to shout out to Julie
Yeah,
Expo.
how you doing?
So-
This is good.
So I go
Oh,
in.
shit.
I go in and
You know
Al's-
why? I got a house 2 blocks away from
Yeah,
you.
I know where you're at.
Holy shit.
So I go in and I said, dude, I want to trade this in. And those people in the jewelry store buying crazy jewelry.
Yeah.
So he checks it and he's like, just come over the side. He was like, this is fake. I just didn't want to embarrass you. And I was like, I had no fucking idea. And I'm sitting there. I'm like, now I am embarrassed. First time going to this jewelry store, this guy think I'm trying to sell him a fake chain.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm like, fuck. So I had just had 2 clients pay me for the year. 2 clients from Wall Street pay me for the year that day. That's their money for the year. It was like $20,000. He's like, I said, how much is that one right there? He's like, it's like a big cube. And he's like, 20. I was like, give me that one. Purely because out of embarrassment. I was like,
Yeah.
so, and I was like, I'm sitting there sweating. I don't know anything about jewelry at the time.
How old were you at the time?
20.
20. Listen, guys. 20 years old with $20,000.
That just blew it. In 2
That he
seconds.
just blew it. But
And
you know,
blew it in 20 seconds. The 20 deal. He was 20,
Yeah.
got 20, and blew it in 20.
So he said to me, he's like, I mean, this is a great investment. And I was like, what? He was
Honestly,
like,
that's
he's
a
like-
typical 20 shit. Yeah?
Yeah.
Get a little money, blow it in 20 seconds.
So he was like, well, it's solid gold. It's not going anywhere. It's the same price when you trade it in. And I was
Yeah.
like, oh. So now, a year later, I go back and I was like, what's this worth now? He's like, 22.
that's good.
Oh, okay. So
He's giving him 22 for it.
yeah,
He's going to
buying
sell it
back.
for 28.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
So over time, me and him get cool, become good friends, and he starts teaching me the game now. And I'm like, holy shit, there's so much untapped potential. His brother has a business only selling plain watches. It's probably the biggest plain watch dealer in their area. Now, let's fast forward beginning of 2020. I make the mistake of starting to get comfortable. Business is great. My client list is booked 6 months in advance. I'm never going to miss a client. I'm making a lot of money, and I'm helping a lot of fucking people. I'm like, this is the best of both
Pre-COVID.
worlds. Yeah, like a month before COVID. I'm like,
Yeah.
I have crazy success stories. My phone every morning is I'm paying free. I got a scholarship for football. I'm like, this is fucking awesome. COVID happens. Boom. Done. 24 hours, done.
Wake up call.
1,000%. I woke up and I was like, oh, shit. There goes 10 years. Yeah. Gyms are closed. My therapy office is inside of a gym, closed.
You hear
So Allie wakes up panicking. Johnny, gyms are closed. Gyms are closed. I was like, okay, calm down. Give me an hour. In 1 hour, I had already started to renovate the downstairs of my parents' house, move my office there, called the client, rented his garage, filled it with equipment before the equipment thing was going to happen.
There you go.
Before
You
could buy
never
cheap
went back
equipment.
since. Is you-
Never went
I've
back.
never went back
It's
since.
that's important for entrepreneurs is the ability to adapt. He has the ability to process information. Giving me
You
an
have
hour.
to,
Give me an hour.
Money likes speed, wealth likes patience.
Yeah.
Okay, at the time I was trying to make money. Okay, so and you have to be able to move at fast and scale. But
Yep.
it hit me.
Money
I was
likes speed, wealth likes patience.
yeah.
I get that shit tatted in my eyeball. Fuck around.
And now here's the thing.
Huh?
So now
Watch.
You have to put Johnny under it.
No,
because
I can't do that. I feel weird every time I
it's a
see him
J.
out
I'll
there.
take a J.
It's like the quote. It's the quote.
my
You,
lower
you have
back.
to put and then put Johnny.
so
But yeah, on my lower back, yeah.
so what people see, like they see this and they think I live this flashy lifestyle. I'm
Yeah.
the cheapest human being. I won't buy a water out of a store. If I have a $5 bill, I
This
won't
guy
buy
right
it.
here.
And it builds habits. So now
You want to hear some real shit? Everything, but my underwears and socks I wore yesterday.
No, I know. It's on footage.
Yeah,
It's on footage.
It's like-
So-
no, but it could be the 4th episode 3 days later.
There you
just
go.
gotta-
No. It's,
You know what I'm
it's cool.
saying?
So COVID was the best thing that ever happened to me because it gave me a fucking wake up call.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, this is where I started making my power moves now. I said, okay, I've spent the last 10 years saving all this money, right? Now I need to learn how to move it. Okay?
Were you just another thing that a lot of people hoard money? Were you
I
just
saved 97% of my income every single year. I lived on a $19,000 a year salary. I was making six figures by the time I was 20 years old. I never spent more than $18,000 a year. That's food, groceries, and bills.
Perfect.
you hear this, guys?
Perfect.
I've never spent more than $18,000 a year on anything.
That's
for
that's
8
discipline.
years.
That's discipline. That's
So now COVID happens, and I'm like, okay, real estate. Okay, I haven't getting to that part yet. I call Al's brother Rob. I said I want to sell watches. He said, okay, beat me tomorrow. We're gonna have a meeting. He sat me down for 6 hours and explained this whole business, 20 years worth of business in 6 hours. I want you to walk in tomorrow and bring me $100,000 and tell me you're serious. Fuck.
there you go.
All right. Went in tomorrow, $100,000. He gave me 9 watches. Sell them.
You made 160, I bet.
Yep.
To the T?
About that number.
Told you.
Clap it up.
Yo, you know what? That's crazy. I just learned the watch game. There was this weird dude sitting behind
And
me.
shout
right?
out to him. He didn't want $1 from me. He said, I just want you to learn.
Amazing. Amazing.
So my thing was, okay, I'm going to exceed his expectation. He gave me this opportunity. I'm going to exceed his expectation. That's how
Opportunity.
I'm going to make him proud.
Yeah, back to what I said yesterday, and back to what I say often. I say these things often is, as I get older, when I see someone, waste opportunity.
he was also prepared to inherit that opportunity.
Of course.
How? He had 100,000 liquidity. Not saying it was all his money. It probably was all his money. But he took a chance, and he was prepared at the time when the opportunity presented itself. He could have been a jerk with all his money and didn't save it and got every freaking Dodge Charger RT out there, 6 of them because he wanted to look cool, and then had no money when the opportunity presented itself.
Failure to me is always not being prepared when opportunity presents itself.
Also, you got quote unquote lucky, John.
No.
Oh, I've been getting lucky for 10 years.
Yeah.
and then I had
A $19,000 salary.
Yeah, exactly.
So now I'm running with that. Now and the cool thing is I'm having fun.
Yeah.
Like I've never had fun going to work before. Now I love what I did, but I never had fun in what I do. I treated it very, very seriously. When you trade watches, you're with a very different clientele
Yeah.
and a very different network of people. So now I'm starting to see my network expanding more and more and more and more. And so the second round of watches I got, I barely broke even
Why is that?
because I wanted every CEO and fucking person buying a watch to be my friend.
Boom! You sold it for less. A lot less.
I think I made a total of $500.
Sold it for a lot less.
I spend $100,000 to make $500,
Got them though.
but I bought 20 friends.
Yep.
There you go.
20 friends. Oh my nigga.
There you go.
Now,
Smart.
fast forward again. So now, Allie gets the credit for this one. Actually, fast forward a little bit now. This is the biggest bull run of stock market history.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
At the time, I had turned 10,000 to 100,000 in 1 week from trading. There was a report where
Yo, time out. Hold that thought. Talking about that, I can say I did better than him in something. I turned 15,000 to 124,000 in 24 hours, motherfucker.
That was good.
Right.
In 24 hours. And I sold it fast.
There was a point where I was sleeping 2 hours a night and just studying all day.
Yeah.
I'm gonna not like these Discord. I'm gonna learn.
Oh, I'm gonna
every
ask you
little thing
something
happening.
regarding that because I remember you told me something. But yeah,
So now I'm now I'm getting to the point where I'm making $100,000 a day in 2 hours because I have so much capital.
Yeah.
But
Yo.
I'm not doing it
yo,
smart.
ow. This is real shit, bro. Yeah.
And you were there for when this was happening.
Yes, and then yeah.
So now here's my thing. So now I have a $500,000 account. Okay.
Within how many months? Just so the
Three
listeners,
months.
within 3 months, you from what's your starting point to 500,000 in
I think it was about 25,000 to 500,000 in 3 months.
3 months.
Okay. Now here I am, and we're looking at plays, and now Elon Musk is announcing Battery Day, where he's going to unleash the new batteries of Tesla. And I said, I'm talking. So my business partner, Fonz, my number one guy, I said, dude, this is the play. He was like, all right.
Fonz, that's Fonz the trainer.
Fonz the trainer, right? I said, this is the play. I said, this is where we 10x everything, one shot. And it has the perfect line of the charts lined up. The news is perfect.
Yeah.
I spent days analyzing. I didn't sleep or eat for days. I said, I'm going to put the whole 500 grand in this play. It's either Lambo or ramen by Friday morning. It's Lambo or ramen.
Lambo or ramen.
Yo. So far, you got the quote of the podcast series. Lambo or ramen noodles. Yeah.
That's all we do it for.
Yo, that's called
So
risk.
Yeah.
now the Tesla battery is market after hours, right? So so now if anybody ever watches the market, you see after hours during an event, like earnings goes up and down, your fucking heart's jumping off your chest.
Yeah.
So he starts talking Elon Musk. So this battery here, it's gonna change the world. So Tesla was at 450 at the time. It hit 500. My investment goes from 500,000 to 5.4 million overnight.
Yeah.
I'm
Yo,
shocked.
it's overnight.
Hold on. I'm trying to remember. Go.
So he's talking about the battery, and you see the stock climbing. All the institutional investors are buying.
Why didn't you press sell,
You
John?
can't. It's after hours.
Is out there.
Oh,
It's an option contract. You can't sell.
Got
This
you.
is for institutional investors to buy now. But you can watch the market until about 7. Hits that 500 number. We made it. Fonz,
We out of here.
get a duffel bag. We're going on vacation. Just fill it. I go to train clients. I'm doing therapy. I'm living on a high right now. I fucking did it.
Yeah.
25 grand to 5 million in 3.5 months. What fucking G?
Yeah.
My phone's blowing up. I get it on silent. I do therapy.
You can't.
So
He's like,
He's like-
blow this balloon. I'll be right back.
so
Put your leg on the wall.
Put your leg on the wall. Blow this balloon. I'll be right back.
Yo, you almost. If you had a 9 to 5, you almost made the mistake of going. You can go ahead and.
So apparently he says one sentence. He said, this battery will be available in 10 years. And sunk that motherfucker so fast. And I said, no, that's a joke. I didn't look at that. So the market's closed. I didn't look at it yet. I'm like, it's a joke. I woke up the next morning. That 450 price was down at 425. And that 500,000 went to $0. Zero. Because I got IV crush. So
Yo, my man.
applied volatility makes your contra go down. You ever lose 500,000 an hour?
Nah.
Now
Do you want to beat that one? You want to trump that one?
here where I was the most proud of myself, and this is where I knew I'm always gonna be okay. The
I
next
already know.
morning, I went to work like nothing ever happened.
Yep.
There you go.
I never missed a day of work. I never canceled a client. I was like, okay.
Yeah. I'll tell you one thing. I bet you learned a valuable lesson.
But then with pain comes opportunity.
Yeah.
So
Good,
now
good,
I'm
good.
like, fuck, I just burned all my cash. Now I went from a kid of always having money where I've always felt comfortable. I could always do things if I needed to. Just burn $500,000 fucking dollars.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, I
Is
caught that
Fonz still
feeling
waiting? Is Fonz still waiting with his duffel bag?
Yo, I caught that feeling. I caught that feeling when I bought my second Lambo, but I had 5 other cars besides the second Lambo. So I bought my second Lambo, and I'm looking at both Lambos in the driveway. To get one was like, for most people, it's like, oh shit, look at the Lamborghini. I had 2 of them sitting doing nothing, and I'm looking at them, and I'm driving them, and it goes back to what he said. I just bought 2 Lambos, and you know what I did? I got rid of them. I got rid of them overnight.
Yeah,
literally overnight.
So
and back to
then
work.
A week later, Allie comes. She's like, hey, I think this will be really good for us. So Me and Allie had wanted to get into real estate and flipping houses. Didn't know what the fuck we were doing. She's like, let's buy this foreclosed house. I'm like, cool. John's mortgage guy saved our life. He's like, you two are fucking retarded.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Oh,
Jeff had saved
Jeff.
us.
Yes,
God
yes,
bless
yes,
Jeff.
yes, yes.
So now Allie's on Instagram and she sees this guy Jake Light.
Yeah.
And he's got a thing of, the ads on his page is flip houses virtually with other people's money. I'm like, this fucking scam. Right?
Yeah.
So Allie's like, hey.
Don't get me into this convo.
Allie's like, hey, I called him and they have a mentorship and it's $10,000. I said, are you fucking stupid? You think I'm going to pay this guy? I said, Allie, these guys make their money off courses.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I did the call with him with the complete intent of I'm going to destroy this man on the phone.
Yeah.
And I talked to, his manager time, Grant. Tell me about it. He's running through the program. I'm like, okay, I'm going to get him on something. So his thing was like, he said, Johnny, I said, okay, if it's so great, why isn't everybody doing this?
Perfect.
He said, Johnny, let me ask you a question. How many Bitcoin do you own? I said 0. He said, let me ask you another question. Why didn't you buy Bitcoin in 2013? I said, I didn't know about it. He goes, exactly.
Good.
He said, he said, congratulations, you're early to the party.
Yeah.
I said, this motherfucker, sign up.
Yeah.
So we signed up. So me and Allie sat every night for the next few weeks and watched these pre-recorded videos. And by day 3, we're like, yo, we hit this fucking jackpot.
Yeah.
So I had just came off this loss of losing all my money to this thing. And what I saw was that Allie was really into it. Now, you start seeing her transformation from nurse to entrepreneur.
I see it.
back to
Yeah. From
entrepreneur.
the outside looking in, I saw it.
So I was like, you know what? Let me back up from the real estate. I said, Allie, I'm really busy at work. You're going to have to watch the videos, and I'll watch them later. I knew full well I was not going to be doing this 100% with her.
Yeah.
I said, let me give this 1,000% to her. She watches the videos and starts working. And so something me and Allie have always been good at, and I think why we vibe well, is that if you put us in an environment of 100 people or a class, we will always rise to the top in some way of an attention form.
Yeah.
People will always notice us.
Yeah.
So we joined this real estate program. There's 500 people in it. And
Better turn that into money. You do know that.
And Allie's talking every single day into this program, asking questions, answering questions. And the guy calls us one day, the guy Jake, and he was like, hey, like, you're really getting busy in the program. Like, how you doing with the flip? She was like, I haven't done one yet, but I'm going to get it. So every day he sees her being active. So he asked us to, like, do some work with him on something. And then he was like, you know what? Like, I want to fly you guys out to California. I want to meet you. So he flew us out to California just to meet us. Now I'm like, oh, shit, everything he did was real. So he's telling me his story, and he's just like us. Same backstory, same, came from nothing. He said, I flipped 937 houses in 10 years. Damn. And I saw the spreadsheet with my own eyes.
Proof of concept.
Holy shit.
So now he's just you're paying for his time for him to teach.
I said, if anybody doesn't buy this program, they're an asshole. Allie, not me, Allie, did a 2,000% ROI from our initial investment in 1 year. On her own, 2,000%. What's the number on that?
How much you pay?
200,000. She made 200,000 in 1 year from our real estate.
20,000, right?
No, 200,000.
No,
200,000.
2,000% ROI from our initial 10,000 investment.
Yeah.
So Allie did 2,000% ROI in her first year, on her own. I was here, there, and there, like what I can do. 99% was her.
What was the and this is a conversation that once again I have a real estate background, so and we see so many of these seminars, which he knows that they drive me insane because it's you pay for say 1 day seminar, $200, $300.
I bought a mentor.
So that's okay. So
And
that's
the reason I did that is because every success I've built in my life was because of a mentor. This is no different.
He didn't buy a program. He bought the mentor.
so this is the thing. So and I don't know if people take it how they want to take it. These seminars, at least the ones I've been a part of, I've seen, is 8 hours of surface level conversation.
100%.
You
It's an
walk-
entry level thing.
It's surface level. If you do not have the knowledge of real estate, you're walking out of there with
Confused.
even worse.
Woo,
right?
perfectly said.
So he's seen me and he sees he makes fun of me and he's like, your face. It's like, yes, because I want to get up and grab the mic and do the whole seminar myself. I have 15 years of real estate experience. But for those that are coming in here, is like you still don't know A1. You still don't know your startup costs, your anything. It's surface level. So my thing is,
I'll
it's
tell you what
missing.
it's called. Me and Al said this the other day. For me, what's the next step?
What's the
All
next
right,
step?
Great.
So
What's next?
There's no
Who
next.
do I call for the loan?
there's nothing.
How much I need to have in my pocket? And okay, I got the 15 grand. Who do I call so I give them the 15 grand so they can lend me the 150?
There's no mentorship.
What's next? I'm actually doing a seminar in September
Let's talk about that.
in an orchestra, a freaking huge orchestra hall that hosts 500-600 people. And the name of the program, well, the seminar, is going to be called The Next Step.
Yeah, I'm just.
We're done with the surface level.
We're done with the surface level, and it's tough because even when I have a conversation about, if you have a conversation about your industry or we talk about finance and taxes, it's hard because it's scenario based, right? So it's hard to like dive in. But at some point, we have to create a program or a conversation where you're not paying $300 and walking out of there with, what's next.
We have to be realistic too. You're paying $300. What perceived value do you think you are getting? You pay more for the sneakers on your feet. You're gonna build a real estate empire with $300.
No.
People are very unrealistic with their expectations.
That's perfectly said.
And the reason these course things, these seminars are priced is because they're pricing them at people's
going
budget.
to charge $1,500 now.
Yeah, they're priced at people's budget, right?
Mm-hmm.
My mentor Jake, when he first started the program was $5,000. The program is now $25,000. It's going to $50,000 by the end of the year.
So who's buying these programs?
Everybody who wants it, because now the intrinsic value
You
of
just
the
said
program
everybody
raised.
who wants it.
The intrinsic value of the program raised. I've now done a 2,000% return in my initial investment of $10,000.
yeah.
Why is it still $10,000? It cannot be. The intrinsic. I have proved the concept. He has been able to raise his price due to our student success.
You're making me uncomfortable.
Truthful Taxes.
Partnership.
And
I'll let you
the
know.
program is completely self-sufficient. He doesn't need to do or change anything, right? And now, here's the cool part. We're all in a big Discord chat. You know how powerful it is to have a Discord chat that everyone in there got to pay $50,000 to be in there? No bums in that Discord chat.
Mm-hmm.
Imagine having a network of people that you paid to be a part of that you're all on the same team. $50,000. It's like walking into a restaurant. Everyone got to pay $50,000 to be in there. Good networking, right?
Yeah.
Social club.
You ever heard of the guy that said I bought a Bugatti just so I can be invited
Tate.
to the meeting?
What's his name? Tate. Yep.
Yeah.
Kickboxer.
I bought a Bugatti. I don't even like it.
Oh, Tate speech. Yeah, that guy's
Yo,
cool.
yo. So true. You ready? The most friendliest people are the gas station people that are on your way down to Florida while driving a Lamborghini. You heard what I said?
Well, the fact that
The most friendliest people are the people at every gas station while you're driving down to Florida while driving a Lamborghini.
If you're driving a Lambo.
Yeah.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Bro, kids, moms, even the dog was like, "Rrr." Like,
it was every stop was a conversation. Every stop was a
but
conversation.
you know what? It wasn't being cocky.
No.
I told the kids, get in the car, take a picture. Of course, have fun. I walked away from the car.
Yeah.
What, you gonna steal it? You understand? Have fun, kids. You understand?
So I'm never cocky with materials and things. It doesn't mean shit to me, but I am very, very, very fucking cocky in my ability to do very, very well what I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You are not going to tell me I'm not the best in the world at what I do.
Yeah.
Because I 1,000% believe it. I do
Yeah.
not believe there is a human being on this earth who can fix certain injuries faster than me. I do not believe there's a human being on this earth who will work hard on me to figure out a problem with your body or figure out strength or help you lose 20 pounds. They won't put as much work as me.
So
It's impossible.
people all over listening will be like, yeah, he's crazy, but then some of them will be like, wow, he's very confident.
I'm
You either
both.
gotta there you go. You either gotta be crazy or confident or both.
But he knows he has a proven product.
Yeah.
He has thousands of people.
You
Damn.
cannot tell
10
me
years.
otherwise.
You cannot tell him. If you tell him, it's just like saying Michael Jordan's not Michael Jordan.
Right.
I remember Mike Tyson talked about his feeling when he walked into a ring, and he was like, I first walk out, I'm a little nervous. I'm walking into this big crowd. I get a little closer. I'm getting scared now. I get by the ring. I'm fucking terrified. This guy's going to hurt me. He said, I step in the ring. I'm a supreme being. Nobody can hurt me.
I'm a god.
Right? So it's like, it's that transition between you get into your environment. So it's like, if I get into the office or the gym, I've now become a supreme being. You cannot tell me different. I don't care who you are.
Mm-hmm.
And it is cockiness. Cockiness does not have to be perceived negatively.
Yeah.
I'm going to help you because I believe I am the best I am in the world. And you should want me to believe that because that's going to facilitate a result for you.
But that comes from preparation. You know that you prepared yourself. It's like that last game-winning shot. It wasn't that shot. It's the 2,000 shots that it was taken before that. So it's your confidence comes from your preparation.
Oh yeah, it's and it comes from all the fuck ups and the failures
Of
too.
course.
Because I'll never make the same mistake twice. You're never going to catch me with that.
Yeah. So you invest in jewelry. Obviously, what's your most expensive piece?
Appraised or what I paid? Like what I paid for?
Appraised.
This Jesus head was appraised for $100,000.
Just the head?
Yeah.
Once again, it's a Jesus head, not a piece.
No. I'm
Just
just saying.
Because there's a difference. This is a one of one piece. It's not a Jesus face. It's not the typical. It's a one of one piece.
I bought a piece of art. I
There
bought
you
a
go.
one of one piece of art that now, how is art appraised? By what the next person is willing
Buys
to
it
pay for it.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is as expensive as I want it to be when I feel like selling it.
Gotcha.
Because I asked the jeweler to never make another one again. This is the only one you can make for me. He said, sure. It is now as expensive
So
as I want it to be.
he has a gold NFT.
He has
a one of one.
He has a one of one art piece. And that's another conversation. I'm sure you're familiar with the art world and the value of art, and that's a whole different conversation. That's another investment topic. But that's what he has. So let's talk about the fact that you're investing in watches. I know that there is money in that. Right now, I see you with I don't know. His neck is.
Hey, if I had to take a guess, I would say,
At least $500,000.
No. Well, everything coming on, I'll say 325.
No, he was right.
Yeah,
Come on, man. Put some respect.
my fault, John. I'm sorry.
That you see, he's gonna make you get another chain.
Now that's appraised value of
Yeah.
what it's worth now. And
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
so-
actually, with my investments, I actually been very, very in tune to buying very expensive single-family homes because I can rent them out fast and I can sell them fast, and they always go up. You know what I'm saying? Single-family because I'm not ready mentally because I used to be a superintendent, so I understand about how you got to cater to these tenants. They always right. You don't want them to blow up your building or something like that. Single-family home, if it's an expensive home, you're going to get a qualified renter. You
Yeah.
understand? You're not going to have that much trouble. You're going to have a higher turnover rate because if they can afford an expensive home to rent, they can afford to buy.
You know what investment I want to talk about that we haven't touched on yet?
Wow.
What's the most important investment you've ever made?
Oh, myself.
To your education, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. No, nobody talks about that.
Myself.
I have spent more money on different courses of becoming a trainer,
Yeah.
different therapy courses, investing courses than anything.
I have spent in the last 15 years within this business, I will comfortably say between all the money I made and threw back in and reinvested, I would say over $6 million.
Easy. And
Yeah.
people think that's absurd.
Yeah.
So
Honestly, I still think right now I broke even. I think I broke even right now.
Here's what I
I'm just
tell
getting my money back. That's it. I'm
there's-
still broken even.
There's no NFT on earth that will do the same ROI as what I paid for therapy of what I make the rest of my life.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're in the 1,000,000% ROI now.
Yeah. You're right.
So
right now, I'll say that I'm in 1,000,000% of my ROI because whatever I do right now is gonna transition to bonkers money. But I had to fucking 15 years of nonstop pain, borrowing, trial, error, get it wrong, get it right. Oh shit, to get to the point where, and we put a post, I probably think last year I said, one day of work make you forget about 20 years of all the work that I put in. Overnight success. You know what I'm saying? Oh, how did you do it? You really want to know because I'll make you very uncomfortable.
I say all the time, 10 years of 10 years of work gets overnight success. But I just don't want to. I want you to elaborate because it's a conversation. Once again, it's something I hear all the time, especially with you have what they call bust down or iced out or this different
Bust
terminologies.
down mean like it was a piece of shit piece. That's how I learned that it was actually
well, I think the terminology comes from the fact that they're getting say a Cuban chain and they're busting it down, adding diamonds. So I've always heard,
Hold on, let me
right,
see some of these watches, bro.
and so I always heard
He
that.
bought some watches for me to buy.
But before we get to this, I've always heard that loses value.
So it's
Talk to me about
based on
that.
education like anything else, right? It's like when I originally bought a jewelry, what did I say I did? I learned about everything.
Yeah.
I learned about diamond quality.
Yeah.
I learned about cut. I learned about clarity. I learned about how many types of diamonds, when to put them, how heavy the chain has to be to have the correlation of numbers of diamonds in there. I understood all those mathematical aspects before I made my purchase. And then before making that purchase, I assessed the market condition, right? Gold goes up and down.
Yeah.
I bought a majority of my gold before COVID, before there was an economic crash,
Yeah.
before there was a pandemic, before there was anything. So the intrinsic value of those things rises, right? On top of the fact that it now costs more to make them custom. So if you go to a jeweler and say, I want this piece to be made for me, because they don't carry things like this in stock, I can go to that same person and sell them the piece as is, and they don't have to wait 8 weeks for it to be custom made, right? Now, as far as the security and appraisal aspect, right? What jewelry is appraised for is not what you paid for it. A lot of time, if a piece is custom, this piece here is worth whatever my jeweler says it's worth, whatever his time is worth per hour as far as crafting the piece, right? Now, God forbid I lose it. The insurance company pays me the next day. Thank you very much. Now, they didn't pay me what I paid for the piece. They paid me the appraised value. Now, John, how many years out of your life you kept cash under the mattress when you were younger?
When I was on Social Security disability income because I had asthma, I had like $400.
But you kept cash under your couch. I'm sure, as I'm sure everyone has in their house.
Of course, of course.
What happens when your house lights on fire? How many times you heard the story? People lose their cash.
Yeah.
Mold, rats eat it, fire happens, someone robs it.
Yep.
Okay, I just insured cash.
Yep.
I figured out a way to insure cash
Yep.
without having it lose value.
What is the most important piece of document you needed for that insurance claim?
The appraisal.
There you go. On a piece of paper, guys. So a little food for thought for all you jewelry buyers out there. When you buy that damn expensive piece, make sure you get an appraisal certificate. You then immediately call your insurance company, okay? If you have a mortgage, you call them. Guess what? My mortgage insures my jewelry. Go ahead and rob the house. There's a good chance you're getting shot. But
Really good chance.
no, there's a really good chance. Very, absolutely great chance. But if the house was to burn down or something was to go left, I get all my money back. Plus, it's appraised value.
Which happens to be
About
anywhere
20%,
from
right?
anywhere from 2 to 4x what I paid for it.
There
About
you go.
20%.
So,
So that's so the value in that type of jewelry comes from the appraised value. What's
Right.
is there a value in the resale? I guess in your case is instant.
So it depends on things like labor. So like there's a niche market for everything. So if we look at a smaller chain like this, okay, the reason I will get a lot of money back is that there wasn't a lot of labor involved. I paid for
Correct.
the diamonds.
correct.
Now, there's a lot of labor involved like something in this. But because I've made it like an art piece and I didn't put my fucking name on a pendant, it's different, right? And then jewelry can be used for many different things. Something I was gonna do this year, I think I joked about it you one time. So let's say I own my name. I have a copyright of my name, my logo. I know a guy every single year who used to make a pendant of his logo. Okay? He would write off a portion of it for advertising. Okay? He would write it off the marketing and then sell it back to the jeweler every single year.
and he's
Now,
wearing
Whether
this.
that's right, wrong, or in the middle,
No, that's within.
wrote off for advertising and marketing.
This chain right here,
Has your
talking
logo
about
on
that, has my actual logo on it.
Okay.
This actually has the lion head. Actually, it's upside down right there, but this actually has the whole company logo on it. I didn't have the balls to write it off, even though in realistically, I can write off a portion of it, which is this how you do it. If I want to write this off, I can only write to where this lock begins and ends. This has nothing to do with the company. This does.
There you go.
Got me? So whatever the lock cost me to make, I can write off. But Unfortunately, there's a lot of illegal tax preparers out there that go, it has the company logo, you can write the whole chain off. Go ahead, and then jail.
Yeah, we'll see you when you get that IRS bill. In a
Yeah.
couple months.
Yeah.
Not even IRS bill when the IRS is in your door.
So that's cool, man. And I know that like I said, I was intrigued by
And there
by-
is bad investments. So like, let me see that box for a second.
Yeah.
So I'll show you. Like, again, you have to be able to assess, right? Okay. Now, because you were correct about aftermarket stuff, right? So unless you're buying that art quote unquote value, it doesn't matter. So let's say this watch here was a Datejust, right?
Mm-hmm.
At the time, I paid $32,000 for it.
Okay.
Okay. It's probably worth $32,000 now, $31,000.
Why is that?
Why is what?
Diamonds.
Why is it still the same?
Because Rolex prices went up so much. But my point being is that I bought this 3 years ago. They went up so much that the value of the watch still didn't go up. It just got up from where it was going to be. Had I paid $32,000 for this watch, had I traded it in 6 months later, I would have got $28,000. Would have lost $4,000.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so due to the appreciation over time, it got back to its original price.
Gotcha.
Now, this was a bad investment from a money standpoint. But again, I never bought it for money. It was about creating a persona or having eyes on me. Where
Yep.
I go to Miami and talk about therapy, and they're like, well, maybe he knows the fuck he's talking about, right?
Yeah.
Now, or we go to something like this where being able to, so this is an Audemars Royal Oak Chrono.
Yeah, I was going to ask you if
Rose
that's
gold.
Audemars.
Yeah. So, you have to like look, you have opportunity all around you, right? Why are these pages popping up on Instagram? Why is every celebrity and athlete wearing these?
Yeah.
Okay, that's just what's hot right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now do research. Don't just buy one because you have the money to buy one.
Yeah.
What are the rare pieces? What are the harder to find? What's the average market? Same way you look at real estate. It's nothing different.
Same thing. You just got to educate yourself.
I bought this watch November 7th of this past year for $31,000. The current market value is $48,000.
I was about to say 49.
Yeah.
Right?
Yo, bro. That's $49,000.
Yeah.
He made 18,000?
To wear a watch.
No. To keep it in the red box.
Now, but like, so now let's say
Red.
someone's younger.
Oh my God, red. Beach getting red.
But let's say someone's younger and like listen, I'm not saying people don't want to look good and be
I
able
want to
show
stop
off and
this
things.
Truepod conversation. I see red. No.
But let's say you were a young kid and you did want to look good, right?
Yeah.
How would you pay for those sneakers?
I think these were like $250.
What are
They
they
kid
worth- what are
size.
they
They're
worth right now?
78. They kid size.
What
They're
are they worth right now?
$78.
Right now, if you saw
right
them on
now,
your feet.
probably like $50.
Okay, so you lost how much percent?
But
Okay.
75%.
How much money you spent on sneakers in the last 3 years? A couple thousand.
Yeah.
Okay. I got to wear a $34,000 watch for the same price you wore sneakers. Which would you rather have?
That.
What's a conversation starter,
That.
right? So now you start saying, so I got to flex and do what I wanted to as a young kid. I was still young at the time, right? I still wanted to be able to talk my shit and go. But you have to do it in a responsible way.
Uh-huh.
So I never blew my money.
Yep.
I made it look like I did.
Yeah.
I created that persona. We talked about tricking the internet how many times?
Oh, we talk about it all the time.
Yo, I'm going to give you my scenario of what you just said. Yo, I got bored. It was Tuesday. I was going to buy a Ferrari F8.
Yeah. That's his thing is cars.
Yeah, I'm not joking. I was going to buy a Ferrari. I got super bored. Tax season was done. I didn't have to teach no more. I'm laying down. I'm going.
So to add to some context, we do taxes all year round, right? But our peak is the first 4 months, like everything. Now we have 8 months to put time into other businesses.
Strategize,
We
yeah.
have other businesses, develop brands, everything. But I think the downtime is like he's gonna get us killed. Like we're gonna end up on the moon.
Which is fine. One of y'all getting shot first. I'm
Yeah,
letting you know that.
no. It's just like somehow we're gonna end up on the moon. It's just because our ideas, our brains are always working.
Yeah.
And he's just like, I'm thinking of something, and it's just like, let's go. It's always like,
Yo, he
go.
goes. He tells me I'm laying down in the bed, right? And he goes, John, you do know it's 3 p.m. and it's fucking Tuesday. You don't need to go to the Ferrari dealership. You don't need that today. I go, nah, I want it. This is beautiful.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. I want to go get it. Let's go. Yo, Google the next one. What's the closest one? It was deep in Jersey.
Yeah.
So I was like, no, you know what? I don't want to drive that far today, right? I said, fuck it, let's go to Lambo dealer, though. So we go to Lambo dealer. And I go in the truck. I go, All right. I want to get rid of it. How much you give me? My man, I have no sentimental value to any car. I like cars. I don't care about cars.
Yeah.
So, and everything's a business for me. I get in there, like, yo, how much you give me? All right, I'll give you 289,000. So I'm up like 110,000.
Which is up a little bit more.
I'm up 110,000, but I knew. Remember, if somebody's willing to buy it from you for that price,
It's worth more.
it's because it's worth more. So I said, nah, it's all right. It's all right. It's cool. I called my man James at Range Rover dealership, right? Finance manager, my client for 10 years. I'm like, yo, James, I need 300 car. I need 300 for the car. He goes, let me make a call. Call you back. Yeah, we'll do it. When you want to drop it off? All right, cool.
Next door.
So mind you, it's a few months. Remember,
I made 115,000 on the car. Bought a brand new Range Rover. I don't care about Range Rover. I don't care about any car, but I bought a nice Range Rover, and they still wrote me a check for 103,000 after getting the Range Rover. So, and I saved 3,000 a month. Watch the power play on this, guys. This is how you move money. You ready? It was a $115,000 check. I bought a brand new Range Rover. I saved $3,000 a month versus the payment. You with me? $115,000 check. Well, 103 after I bought the Range Rover. I saved $3,000 a month. You know what I did after that? I bought another house. I paid my mortgage in full for the year. And I put down the down payment on the other house. And saved $3,000 a month.
Off a car.
Off a car. You with me? You with me?
and to be crazy, the crazy part is that Lambo was purchased, right?
Oh, by the way, you know how much I lost on that Lambo? 0. I drove it for free.
We took trips
For free.
We took trips
I
to Miami.
violated it. I went to Miami, back.
Did you ever tell Kenny
But
where you made me give you the money of my down payment? Fucking asshole.
I know. I was there.
Yo, say it. Go ahead, go
He
ahead.
was like, so I was in Miami working.
Yeah.
And John called me, said, Tuesday morning, down payment, my house. Bet. I'm in Miami. I'm excited. I'm in the room,
Right.
hyped up. Call him Tuesday. Yo, meet me at my house. Meet me somewhere else. Let me send you the address.
Oh, he didn't even tell you.
Nah. I'm real secretive when I'm in like places like that.
Yeah.
I won't post.
I was inside. I was working. Check this out. I was working. Because he calls me. He's like, meet me at the dealer. I was like, okay, cool. So, and then just to I don't want to lose this thought, but that Lambo truck was what we used for marketing to launch True Rentals.
Yeah.
So it was purchased, right? We took trips to Miami. We shot content.
Yep.
Right. All same thing. Same conversation
Service
with
purpose.
service. So we shot content. We took a trip to Miami. We networked out there, which led to a huge meeting in the West Coast.
Yep.
Right. We launched True Rentals, which is our luxury car rental company, with that truck for less than 6 months.
Yeah.
Sold it back, got everything back. So it served its purpose. Now going back to what he's about to say, random Tuesday, he's like, meet me at the dealership. I was like, I'm swamped. I have we're in tax season.
I said, yo, bring your computer, bro. They got internet. Stop giving me
Bro,
fucking excuses.
I worked 7 hours from the Lambo dealership.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And he's like, yo, just give me a second. Johnny's pulling up. So I do, and he came back and he's like, back to business.
That's it.
But tell him.
So as I'm doing this now, I go home. I get back from Miami. I tell, hey, listen, we're doing this shit with John 1,000%. Now, not to get into amounts, but the reason this was such a hard decision, which wasn't a hard decision for me, was this is why John's an asshole, right? But I don't think John does it consciously, but John subconsciously
play it out. Yo, Al, play it out. Do the other one. All right, yeah. So I'm actually done with your taxes. So in order to pay me, I got Zelle, I got Cash App, and I could take from your bank account. Which one?
So John,
he said, I got you. Don't worry about it.
He's constantly testing me, and I think he does that to see if I'm a good fit for what happens next. Because we've talked thoroughly about what the opportunity brings in this, the fourth.
Yeah.
The amount he asked me for was more than I had to my name.
Okay.
Okay? And he knew that. He said, yo,
In one shot, yes. The amount that he can get 1 year, hell no, he get way more than that. But in one shot, yes.
and he said, give me the rest in 3 months. So it was like a deadline. Yo, if you can come up with this in 3 months, then you have a spot at the table.
There you go.
I said, okay. I said,
But you know
"Allie,
why I did that to you? And you can put the cameras on both of us. You know why I did that to you? They did it to me.
Good.
And when I wanted it,
I have no regret against
and
that.
look it. When I wanted it, I had to figure the shit out, bro. I had to figure it out. Because I wanted it that bad, okay? I had to figure it out. So, somebody who I know can be an asset, at the same time, I worked to get this company to this point. You understand? As much as I want you, no offense, Johnny, you fucking lucky. You lucky that you're able to get in right now. So you know what? Let's see if you want in. Send money. Now, 3 months, you send me the rest. I told Ken, I don't give a fuck if he gives me this year. I don't care. I called him, and I said, take your time, bro. Don't worry about it.
What did I say back to you?
He said, no, I'm going to have you in the next 60 days. I said, yo, John, take your time. Take your time. Reason being, I already know that I want him. You understand? I just wanted to really see if this man is really going to pull that off. And what did he say? He said, I'm working every fucking night, 18 hours a day, 7 days a week to make sure I get you this money in the next 60 days.
So that was February I gave you that money, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Correct.
What month are we in? I know
This
it's
April.
Okay.
April.
This podcast time, it's been about 3 or 4 hours, right? This is the most time I've taken off in a single day since that day I've given you that money.
Yeah.
Wow.
Crazy, right?
In person, hourly.
And he knew it. The first thing I'm thinking, like, damn, he's gonna lose hours. I'm like, yo, you sure you ain't got a training session? He's like, nah, I do. But you understand? Because I already know what the guy is doing. I know if I spoke to Allie right now and go, yo, Allie, where's Johnny? He's working out right now. He has a training session. If I go, it's 10 o'clock. Yo, he's at a training session. You do not understand the level of dedication this man has. It's different. It's a sickness, bro. And you know what I got on my team, right? A bunch of people with sicknesses.
Without a doubt.
That's why I got on my team. There is no, when I'm pitching something that sounds crazy, it's not really a pitch, it's because I've already seen it far out. He goes, I understand. I got it. Yeah, no. You got to have people who understand you and your idea. You know how many people in this world will go, yo, you crazy? I'm only crazy until this shit comes real. Then you go, oh, wow. Yeah, Truthful Taxes was crazy. Wow. Yo, you going to teach people this? Crazy. Wow. Wait, 200 people? No way. I sat down with OG Juan, Rock Nation. Right? We were there. He goes, oh, yeah, so True told me what you do. You know, you do taxes, right? Like, yeah. Yeah, but I already knew. You understand? I already knew how I'm going to blow their socks off. I was like, yeah. He goes, so many clients you got? I was like, I have a lot. He goes, you got one office, 2 hours. Like what? So I got 163 locations. Hold on. What the fuck you just said? What you just said? I said I got 163 locations.
At the time.
At the time.
A couple of years ago.
He goes, Yo, Neil, come down, bring everybody. Neil's the investment team that make the decisions for Rock, for Jay. I'm sitting in Jay's office, Toronto Raptors ring, literally right there, holding everything. Next thing you know, they want to dissect me. I had to re-explain myself for 2 more hours to the whole investment team because he goes, I understand where you at, but I don't really understand the whole concept, so I'm going to bring my team down. This is what they do, all right? Because let me let you know, we own 3% of SpaceX. Obviously, we own Doomsday, 100% of Doomsday. So he goes, this is a little bigger. And right there, once I explain everything to the team, show them the numbers, they go, you got something really big on your hand. We want to work with you. We want to work with you. What are you looking for? Looking for money? So nah, I got my own money. So OG1 stands up. Come on, homie, what you looking for? So tell me what it is. What you looking for? I said, I want you to throw me an alley-oop. I'll give you a piece of the company. Just sit me with the right person so we can get this sold at the time that it needs to be sold. He goes, that's it? So you telling me you're going to give me a piece of the company just to sit you down with somebody to get it sold? Consider it done. We're gonna make a lot of money together. I said, all right, cool. I'll come back. What did they do wrong, though? Think about this.
As far as which part? Did a few things wrong.
You know what they did wrong?
I'll tell you.
What is it, Ken?
They let you walk out.
They let me walk out. I tripled the revenue since I walked out. So you know what happens? What Fat Joe says?
Yesterday's price is not today's price, Papa.
There we go. There we go. But I still go in there, and I appreciate the fact that I can even sit in a Rock Nation room. Shout out to True Life, by the way. That I can even sit and hold my own with billionaires. Impress a billionaire. You know what that means? I'll be there soon. You heard what I said? Impress a billionaire. I'll be there soon.
It doesn't sound crazy anymore when you're talking out loud, does it?
No.
That's when it gets scary.
No.
Yeah.
Now, I sat with another billionaire. Can't believe what's even going on. You understand? This is why everything takes time. But it has to be strategic partnerships. Okay? Strategic part. Not beneficial partnership. Okay? A strategic partnership. He became an investor because I know I can strategically use his advice, his words, and his hustle to get to the next step. Understand? I could have just took capital and said, great, another Lambo. No. Another house.
Here's what John did as far as that goes. John bought my time.
Yeah.
He didn't give me my time, he bought my time.
How much you charge an hour?
150 to 180.
$180 an hour. Does a couple $1,000s a day. Okay? I bought him permanently.
So now the structure we had agreed on was I'm getting paid a percentage per day of revenue.
Yep.
Okay? You know how many hours that buys me back? But it didn't buy me. He bought the hours. Johnny, can you come down here and meet this guy and sit down?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Because he bought the hours.
Yeah.
He paid the higher price. That's my client now. I work for him now.
Yeah.
Even though I own part of the company, I work for John.
Yeah. Even though I don't, I would never portray it like that. But I'm rarely gonna ask for help. But know when I say, yo, I won't say his name because he hasn't left that field yet. But once he does, it'll be crazy once I mention his name. But yo, blah blah, Paulie, John, we gotta hold this meeting. Understand that this shit is very, very important because everything I'm doing is to literally become the third. I think there's only two that were able to achieve it. The third Hispanic billionaire. First person did it was, I think, Goya.
From Mexico.
The guy from
No, I'm talking about Puerto Rican. I'm sorry,
Puerto
not
Rican.
Spanish, but
Okay.
Puerto Rican. The first person to do it was a real estate dude from a mayor from I think Puerto Rico or something, and then he became like something like
It's the
that.
gentleman from the telephone company.
But I
in
want to
Mexico.
do that though because I want to take the people I
Exactly.
generally love and enjoy life with them. Because at some point in time we're not going to see them no more.
Yeah.
There's going to be a day where I don't see Johnny no more, or Johnny doesn't see me no more, and there's going to be a day I don't see my sister no more, and vice versa. We just don't know that day, but it's definitely happening, which is crazy. So you know what? I got to hurry up and enjoy life. I enjoy work right now, but I want to enjoy life. You know what enjoy life to me is? Sitting on a beach and just going like this. Peace.
You feel like
Peace.
you have a hard time doing that right now?
I do.
Yeah.
Like, I remember,
Yeah.
one of the last days I was forced to take off was a snow day where some clients will always come and it was just like bad.
Yeah.
And I was sitting home and I'm fucking
Can't do it.
pacing back and forth. And Allie's like, "Can you sit the fuck down?" I said, "Yo, I can't." She's like, "You get out of my house. Go shovel snow." She's like, "You know what I noticed about you?" And it really hit me and it really bothered me about myself. I have never enjoyed an accomplishment I ever had. Whether I trained my
same
first, I
thing.
trained my first professional athlete at 20 years old, contracted. My first celebrity by 21 years old. My first deal, I never sat and actually enjoyed the moment. It was always what's next. I didn't care. And that bothered me that I never gave myself credit. So we can go on the podcast and say like, oh, Johnny this, Johnny did that. I never was proud of myself. And that was always something I didn't like about myself. I never gave myself credit.
I do have one thing I am proud of. Being a father.
Yeah.
For me, work is work. I'm happy that I'm able to employ people and change their life for the people who want it. But what I'm happy about is the type of father I am. I'm a little kid with my father. I mean, with my kids.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I wake them up. I pull them by their socks. I scare the shit out them. Like, you understand? I know who I am. That's who I'm happy. That's where I'm at my happiest. That's where I'm at my peace. For me, work is work. You know? I just, we do it at a different level of work.
I think it's just
But we respect all levels of work.
the intensity level as far as how he approached it. And I've had to, I asked a couple of years ago someone, I'm self-aware, and I'm sure you are as well. And I asked just another perspective, and that's something they brought up. It's like, I never, ever, ever seen you relax. I never saw you put your guards down. I never saw you, just take it all in, not appreciate, because I appreciate a lot, but just enjoy the moment.
Yeah, it's something as far as like being an entrepreneur that you have to work on, right? Like we talk about the success of entrepreneurship, but a lot of people don't talk about the pitfalls of being an entrepreneur. It's a lonely fucking road.
It is.
Lonely.
So, and I had this conversation with Allie yesterday. So Allie, it's like 10 o'clock at night and she's stressed. The deadlines, people not sending their stuff.
Yeah, we all experience it.
So, and she was like, fuck. And I was like, what's up? She was like, how do you do this? Like, deal with this. So what are you talking about? She goes, I've never had stress morning to night before. And then she goes, when I was a nurse, I'd go to work and go home. I didn't even think about this shit.
No.
I enjoyed stuff. I said, yo, Allie, I have been stressed every single day of my life since I was 16 years old. I have never had the steady income. I've never had security. I've never had anything. Every single day it's you eat what you kill, day in and day out.
Yeah.
Over and over and over and over. And that anxiety never leaves. I've gotten the Sunday scaries every Sunday for the last 7 years. What the fuck's my week?
What's
gonna
it
look
called?
like?
The Sunday one?
Sunday scaries. So you want to know something
how's
crazy?
the Monday gonna start off? What are you gonna do?
Yeah, the week, the Sunday scaries, the anxiety of Sunday.
You experienced that well, no, it's different. But you know what's crazy? On my way here, I got a text message. I'm coming down from the house. I got a text message like, "Oh, Ken, when you have a chance, can you call me?" I was like, I find it weird because it's not typical text message I get from this person. It's more like jokes, memes, and stuff. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna call you right now. It's my best time. It's my only time. Our schedules are packed. And he's like, yo, I'm calling you to let you know that I quit my job. He's been in the dialysis industry for probably 20 years. He's like, nah, I quit. I gave him my last month. I'm not doing it anymore. I have 2 young kids. I want to enjoy. I want to start my own thing, and I want you to just guide me. I have a whole bunch of questions. I just don't know anything, and you're the guy that I think that can help me out. So he was like, typical. I started my LLC. I was like, you know what? I'm not. I'm driving. I'm not gonna talk about LLCs. I'm not gonna talk about taxes. I'm not gonna talk about anything. I'm gonna talk to you about the mindset of what you're about to get into, right? I told him, you're gonna be scared, and all I'm telling you is, the next day, after your last day of work, you get up and work, and every single day, you work, you read, you do your research, you don't take a day off, you don't lay down on your couch, you work every single day. I have not taken a day off. Period. Even on my days off, I work. I'm reading, I'm researching, I'm talking, I'm networking, I'm shaking hands. Every single day as an entrepreneur, I get up and work. And I told him, that's all you're going to do. I guarantee you, week 1, you're going to be scared. 6 months in, you're going to be scared. Year 1, you're going to be scared. But that fear, just get up and work. Don't take a day off.
I think the biggest misconception of being an entrepreneur is, work-life balance.
No.
Work-life balance does not exist. It's called work-life choices.
Correct.
Okay, there's no such thing as work-life balance. I've left funerals early to go to work.
Correct.
I remember, it's crazy. People think I'm fucking sick when I say this story. So me and my grandfather are really close, right? And he had broke his leg and he's in the hospital, and you know, he's probably gonna pass. And he looks up, he's like, "The fuck are you doing here?" I was like, "What?" He was like, "You don't have work?" He's looking at me like, "Why are you here?" And me and him had that type of relationship. He was like, "What are you gonna sit and watch me die? Go to fucking work." And I left and went to work.
Yeah.
And people thought I was nuts. Like, you let your grandfather. I said, "Yo, he looked at me. He said,
That's what it is.
And that's how he was. What are you doing here? What for? What?
So one last thing I explained to him was, and it's like, look, momentum
Trumps all.
Momentum trumps all.
It's
I told him, I was like, you understand that I get offered money all the time. He knows. I can just get up and go back to what I do. It's 15 years of experience. It's worth something, right? It's whatever value depending on the market, whatever value I put to it, I have my value. I can get up and go right now.
Yeah, I remember he said that. I said, yo. You're not going back a 9 to 5. Even if I got to give you 10, 20,000 at a time, you're not going back because you have a good momentum right now where people know who Kenny Taxes. People know Kenny. You understand? So you know what you're going to do? You're going to bite it down. We're going to put together a budget. We're going to have everything lined up. And if you need money, let me know.
So I
because I want you to fucking make it.
I explained to him is the just when I say get up and work is get up and keep that momentum because it's not easy, right? It's so, people see the glamour, they see, everything, the success stories. We could talk about success stories. You could talk about what I drive and business and XYZ. Yes, everything's doing good, but to keep that momentum and to just keep that mindset of, you can't have a doubt come by. It's like a conversation. I don't even want to hear. I actually don't even want to hear about the Knicks losing. Like, I don't even care about the Knicks. But
I have no hobbies.
It's just I just don't care about. I just don't care about anything that has to have any type of negative, because you're human, and you have to always keep that momentum and that positive energy. The reason why we operate the way we operate, Al's part of the team and everyone's a part of the team, is that we all have the kind of that same mindset of, by any means necessary, and we just gonna make it happen.
I mean, let's again, going back to work-life choices. So that anxiety and that fear, listen, I would rather right now you take all my clients away from me. I start at zero. Same bills, same lifestyle, everything. Then go to a 9 to 5 that pays me $500,000 a year. That's my ego. I will never in my life ever let another man tell me when I can eat lunch or when I can use the bathroom.
Ever again.
It's never again. Never. I've never done it.
No, I'm talking
You've
about
never done it. Yeah.
Never done it. And I'm not fucking starting out. You could offer me the world. It's not happening.
That's priceless.
It's priceless.
priceless.
I can walk in and say, I've never asked to use the fucking bathroom. I've never asked for a day off. Your money is invaluable to me. There's nothing you could pay me.
Bathroom break.
But yeah.
There's nothing you could pay me.
So-
I'd rather fear and anxiety and hopelessness every single day of my life until then.
So just
bathroom break.
for understanding for those.
I'm a jerk. I'll pee right there in front of everybody and be like, yo,
that's why they fired.
I got a serious UTI and I couldn't hold it.
And that's why they fired you from every job.
100%. I would. Yo,
All right, yeah, so
I'm actually done with your taxes. So in order to pay me, every job, I felt like I was the best employee. I had the most licenses, most certifications.
Didn't make any more money, did you, for your effort?
No, and I got fired every
So
fucking
so
job.
check this out. I did the same thing. I sat
Every job,
down.
fired.
I sat down and I made it to in property management. I made it to the epicenter. You talk about you're managing high-end real estate in Chelsea, Tribeca. This is it. This is it, right?
Top of
The top. You made it. And I sat down and it's just like, okay, my next route is obviously the corner office. So I'm at senior management, is like the corner office. So somebody has to die, right? Because that's it.
That's that type of promotion.
It's like, all right, so this guy has to drop dead.
But you're dumb. You know why you dumb?
Give me a second.
You know why you dumb?
Because he ain't kill him?
No.
Yo, my guy.
Hold on. I know the exit. It's this. It's either I somebody has to die for that corner office to become available, or I create my own corner office, right? And then it's just like, okay, you get to whatever the dollar amount. So at the time I was like, okay, probably I'm looking at probably $350,000. If I work 18 hours a day now, and I'm at 6 figures, I'm going to just move into one of these offices, because the corporate structure, if you're getting paid that much, you're just a slave to to the CEO, you're a slave to them. And it's just like, no, I can't do this.
Mm-hmm.
I can't.
No,
I can't.
Not,
And
not selling my
and
soul for
and,
money.
and to be honest, if anyone that knows me knows that, you know, I can't even say the word boss. Like, I just don't. I always call people by their name or even their title.
You
It's
call
just,
me babe.
I'd never called you babe, right? I call you Juan Hernandez, right?
He calls me babe.
It was, but what kept me there is, one, I enjoyed what I was doing. Honestly, I enjoyed the business. I enjoyed the ability to handle absolutely everything from budgets to contract to construction to staffing to every aspect of any type of business. I enjoyed that, but I never found a product that I personally believed in.
Yeah.
I always said, at one point I will own something. It just has to be hater proof.
Right.
I don't know. That was my thing. Like, it just can't have my name attached to it. I can't be the brand behind it. And you know, ironically, I became a brand.
Being the face of something's hard, dude.
It is.
Yeah.
You're a very hated human being.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am a very hated human being.
Yeah.
No matter how many people I help, for every person I help, there's 10 people that hate that I helped them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know how many
But-
DMs I got, emails? I paid for my testimonials. I've been paying for them for years, apparently. I pay those people for them.
Me? You don't want to know about me. Me? Oh my God.
You know, we had a meeting, and I'll just touch on this part based on that meeting. Is people are in shock that there's not $1 allocated to marketing for Truthful Taxes.
Yo.
Not
we
$1.
sat-
That's
we
the
sat-
first thing I asked.
We sat.
So what's your marketing
we
budget?
sat
You
in a
asked me.
room.
Zero.
We sat in a room with, you know, a specific individual who makes hundreds of millions of dollars a year, right? But he pushes out millions of dollars a month in marketing in order to bring in the revenue. And, you know, they're commending me on not how fast, but how we grew the company. And then they asked the question, so how much you spend a month in marketing? I said, $0. They said, what? I said, yeah, 0. And they were absolutely
So now they're like,
astonished.
okay, so you're saying you just use social media. So what's your analytics? And we're looking at them like,
Yo. They said, what's the analytics?
I was
right?
like, I don't know,
So
but
I go like this. I go, them?
them.
Did you impress
is
them
the-
or terrify them?
I think they wanted to find a flaw. Like, they had to find at first, and this was
I think they were very, very impressed.
Just taken back.
But
Just take
because
it
they
back.
make that amount of money, I do think is like you want to see what you could contribute financially to speed up the process or get more.
They always want to throw money
overnight.
behind it.
Yeah, I think.
And
it could
sometimes
have been
throwing money
something like
behind
that,
things
you know?
is not a good deal. Like we talk
Well,
about.
I had said there's not $1 that you could put behind this to super scale it overnight.
so
'Cause, you know it's
So to talk about
organic.
the analytics, and that's something that we're aware of, and we're not novice to it, so we understand the importance of it. But we can't put a price on the fact that if Cassandra jumps on a live, she's gonna sign up, 10 people on the spot.
what money you put in there?
How you put?
No.
There's no analytics to
Listen,
it.
Now, do I agree it should be structured and there should be because listen, human beings have behavioral patterns, and I think social media should cater to those things. Right?
Yes.
Do I think there needs to be a huge ad spend budget? No. Do I think that human beings generally check their phone from the hour ride from they get off of work to the time
Yes.
they get home? Okay, so now can I strategically post things at that time? And
Correct.
be able to create- Of
I
course.
do the same thing.
Right?
I do it.
So, do I think structure needs to be there? Of course. But for me, and for a lot of mentors I had as far as that ad spend goes, if I don't make a 10-to-1 return per ad, it wasn't worth it.
Yeah.
If I don't get $10 for $8 for every dollar I spend, it wasn't worth it.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm only 2xing my money, the ad spend wasn't worth it. Because it's like playing a casino. Only 2 ads need to not hit for me to start losing money now. You should never be losing money from Instagram ads. Okay? You should only just not be making as much as you think you should make. You should never be losing money from ad spend.
Yeah.
So if you're 2xing your ad spend and you go a week without a close or a client or whatever, you're in the red.
Dumping money.
Yeah.
You should,
Yeah.
and a service-based business should never be in the red. John, have you ever been in the red?
Never.
It's
Ever.
impossible.
Ever.
And that's why I invested. It's a service-based business.
Overall,
The
never.
only way
On
it could be
certain
in the red
lines,
is if it
yes.
is ad spend. The only way a service-based business could be in the end is that you put too much money too soon into your
So
business.
look, check this out. I do have a line that's red on purpose. On purpose. I have a line that's red on purpose. And you go, time out. I lose $1,756 a month on one particular line. I knew I was going to lose that much, if not more, last year on that line. I said, next year it's going to be red. But I'm going to leave it red for a little while.
Can I guess what that was?
Yeah.
Support.
Correct.
There you go.
You
But
wanted to add more support partners, right?
That's right. I added more support
You added more value.
to go ahead and get people's time answered faster. And I also added teaching weekly. So that
Live teaching. Yeah.
Live teaching. So I had to hire instructors. I knew I was going to go red. I said, you know what? I would rather go negative 30,000 on that line because it's going to hold more retention and people are going to be happy. And you know what happy means? John sleeps. John swims. John breathes. John enjoys the time that he's buying back. So that money I used was to buy more time.
Buy that time forward. There you go.
Yep. So yeah, man. So yo, I mean, amazing, bro.
It was an amazing,
amazing
conversation that we had, guys.
Yeah.
We're in the better part of. We went Joe Rogan style, actually, man.
Yeah.
I think we had more than 2 hours.
It was
Yeah,
flowing.
we could do a
Damn.
part 1, part 2 on this, guys. Is there anything else that you want to touch on before we wrap it up? Because I think this conversation
It's amazing.
is amazing.
It's amazing. I learned a lot of things. It's amazing.
Definitely. What you have in store for the next 6 months?
Ballooning leg on the wall all day.
We're going to try this.
I'm gonna try blowing into a balloon and pressing against
That's
the
it.
wall so I fix
That's
my
it.
back.
All right.
I think business-wise, me and Allie, we're really scaling the flips now.
Okay.
We've been doing a lot of flips all over the country.
Yeah.
And
Touch on that. What everyone is big on the tri-state, and obviously there's more people and you see it more. But what markets you think? And you don't have to answer this.
red states.
Red states. I heard that, but
Migrate to the taxes. Migrate to the.
yeah.
It's always what it is. Migrate to the weather. Migrate to the taxes.
Yeah.
So when Goldman Sachs starts having conversations of going to Florida, you go to Florida.
Yeah.
Okay, one of our clients, he's number 2 and number 3 at Goldman. The second there was talk about them moving to Florida, he purchased a $50 million house there that week.
Yeah. So talking. I was still in the managing high end real estate during the pandemic, and I'm dealing with the 1%. I think the cheapest property I managed was probably like $3-4 million, $30 million units, all that great stuff. My buildings were pretty much empty. These guys, for the ones that still lived in New York, were out of here.
Yeah,
they were out of here. They're gone, and they're gone.
Their purpose here is finished.
Yeah.
They've been here for 20 plus years. Their relationships were forged. Their business has been done.
Damn.
They've now been forced to move to the next area.
Damn, that's kind of real.
Like,
I said, their purpose here is finished.
It's finished.
Fuck the money. The job is done. What's next?
The network is built. The structure
If you
is in
came
place.
to New York to build your wealth, New York is the wrong place to preserve your wealth.
Oh yeah.
That's the issue.
Let's move now.
Yeah.
We're doing different things.
Yep.
And I would see it because now I would have in-person board meetings once a month, and now on Zooms is like, okay, hey, how you guys doing? Yeah, I'm here in Alabama. Hey, yeah. No, I haven't came back. I'm still in Florida. One was out. A few were out in Cali, but that's a state that not a lot of people are leaving for that reason. But it started just spreading out, and I'll speak to my staff on site, and it's just like, this is a ghost town, and we're talking about Soho, Tribeca, West Village, Chelsea.
Yeah.
And you're looking at, most of these are lofts. There's families are not here. And it's the 1%. These guys all make, $30 million and up.
I think if we're gonna say one main thing about real estate, it's this: if you dive deep enough and you learn enough, what me and Allie do is $0 out of our own pocket. Okay, let me say that. We flip $300,000 houses between $600,000 with $0 out of our own pocket. We do none of the work. We put none of the capital up. We're just bosses. I'm just moving pieces.
Yep.
Okay. Now, for $10,000 at the time, we learned how to move pieces. Okay. So anybody can buy real estate. Now, identify the market trend like anything else, just like the jewelry. Apple bought 125 homes in the start of 2022. Is that not raising any red flags? Apple, the company, bought 125 homes.
You saw what Zillow did.
Yes, to dump their whole portfolio. Right? Now, it's becoming extremely difficult to own a house.
Yeah.
Millennials are not buying houses.
Can't
They're
afford it.
rent. Okay, so now home prices come to a point that the income can't combat with. Okay, you can't afford a down payment. How many people do you know $50,000 right now to put a down payment on a house? You can't name 10 people under 30 years old.
No.
Name 10 people $50,000.
If it wasn't for the FHA program, a lot of homes would not be out there, brother. A lot of homes
100%.
won't be out there.
Even FHA. How many people do you know under 27 years
Still,
old?
even with
$7,000,
FHA,
$8,000 to throw.
3.5% down. Most
With
people
the-
don't have 5,000 in their bank account.
Yeah. And with the market of what 3.5% on average here, we're looking at
This is
jerseys
why it's a little
500,000.
interesting right now. And I know, I guess we could do a part 2 on this podcast, but this is why it's a little interesting right now. Price of homes are off the chart, and the rates are off the chart now.
And guess what? Doesn't matter to me.
Doesn't matter.
Well,
So
correct.
if I'm going to give one tip about real estate, it's this, right? When it comes to flipping homes, these lower priced homes, if I show you a shitty $85,000 house, it's always going to be a shitty $85,000 house until somebody renovates it. That $500,000 house that's currently trading at $750,000 and the next Joe Schmo buys excited and the market crashes down, congratulations, you're underwater on your house.
Yeah.
But my $85,000 house
Still shitty,
is
85.
still shitty. And it's still going to be $300,000 when I fix it.
Yeah.
So people always say, Johnny, aren't you worried? Because I flipped 7 properties at one time. Aren't you worried if the market? Why? My analytics were done. My market trend's correct.
Mm-hmm.
China could blow up the world. My $800,000 is still a $100,000 house. I'm fine.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about risk reward. So my risk tolerance was, and now here's the beautiful thing. Let's say at the odd chance I was wrong. What did I lose? I got no money up. Go to my lender. Hey, you have a lien on the property? Take the house back. I can't flip it. I'm going to foreclose on the loan.
Mm-hmm.
So I go in risk free. So the average profit per flip is 40 to 100,000. Okay. We did 7 our first time. I have 0 of my own money in the risk of the deal.
Hard money lenders?
Yeah. And private lenders. We have access to them. Now, I learned how to flip in every state in the country. Where was the market hot last year?
Wasn't it Texas?
Flip there.
There you go.
Where's the market going to be hot next year? I don't know. I'll flip there too.
Yeah.
I have no whole. So anything that could ever stop my scalability is off. I have access to unlimited money. I have now learned to flip in every state of the country. I can go wherever market I want to go. I have a network that everybody paid money to be a part of that network, right?
Mm-hmm.
What are my problems? Nothing. So here's the cool thing about real estate. This is why I tell people. When I tell people about these programs, they think I'm involved in it. I get no money if you join. It's not my program. But the thing with real estate is it helps me to help you. It doesn't hurt me to help you. It helps me to help you.
You never know. They could be his funder one day.
And because they're gonna trust me. So they might do a few flips and I need you to wire me $100 for this deal after you're 3 years in.
Mm-hmm.
So I can ask 10 other people the same question.
Yeah.
So, at a certain at the end, it's
But
like,
in order for him to actually get to that comfortability of even asking someone for $100,000, he had to earn the right to ask someone for that.
here's the mistake people say. So when you said, "Oh, you invest in real estate," I've never invested in real estate. I invested in real estate education. I invested in myself to learn about real estate. I never put $1 of my own money into a house.
Yeah.
Just as the startup of learning.
Yeah. So it's like, all right, well,
Looks like Johnny's going to be on the next step.
He's definitely on the
September.
panel. He's definitely
He's
on
going
the
to be on the panel.
panel. We could do a cross reference. We could jump on.
I actually didn't even think about that on the.
I'll even say for the podcast, or people want more information about it, shoot me a DM.
There you go. What's
Yeah.
your IG?
Actually, yeah. What is your IG?
Powered by Johnny.
Powered by Johnny. Spell it out for everybody. Spell it out.
Power.
POWER by JOHNNY.
All right, guys.
There you
Remember
go.
to
Real
put that
clear,
aside.
no underscores.
Shout
and all
out
that other
to
stuff.
I'll say it again, Truepod. Basically a simple podcast that's straight real talk, but at the same time here to inspire the majority of the people. The majority of the people is 99% of the people who want to be entrepreneurs who have not even thought about or can relate to us. So this is a podcast that will give you an opportunity to be inspired as well as a chance at becoming an entrepreneur. Just the right shoe has to fit the foot.
There you go.
So we're always going to constantly highlight entrepreneurs at the same time, once in a blue celebrity or whatever. But the entrepreneur, the young entrepreneur or old entrepreneur who's a minority or not minority, as long as the person that we bring on the show, you feel like you could connect with them, we did our job. So we brought on, health expert, I would like to say, health expert, powered by Johnny Kajal, investing in Truthful Taxes. And I actually learned even more about him.
Yeah,
You understand?
There you
One
go.
thing right now, I mean, I don't have a camera on me for everybody that's listening, but I mean, I've been here 3-4 episodes now.
Yeah.
This is probably the second interview or the first.
I don't know. We keep getting mixed up. Yeah.
But in the time span that I've been here, it's just a wealth of information, man.
It's nonstop.
It's nonstop.
Remember when I told you before we started this podcast, I said, and shout out to all podcasts out there. You know what I'm saying? You might be specifically for that, it could be about stripping. It could be about boxing. Guess what? Taxes has everyone involved. It has a successful trainer.
Yeah.
It has a successful property manager. You understand? It has a successful, engineer.
Yeah.
You understand?
YouTuber.
Guess what?
YouTuber, rapper,
There's
videographer.
There's two things in this world that's not racist: death and taxes. So you know what? You could get in this room and we could talk about what it is. And the cool thing is that I will never on this podcast talk to you about something I haven't achieved yet or bought yet. Because I always say, how the fuck can I teach you if I never did it myself?
Well, thank you very much, John. Well, I gotta separate you two. There's two Johnnies in here.
It's
Johnny,
and
Johnny.
John. Yeah,
So
there you go.
Jonathan Hernandez, Johnny Kalaj, and our main man Kenneth Jorge. We thank you so much. This was
Yes.
Truepod here at
Yes.
Truepod Studios in Garfield, New Jersey, and we're gonna end it out rocking out with
My
Bang.
guy, yes, Bangad, two problems, aka Hefe.
Talking like they go. Just don't provoke me, cause I don't need no cellmates. I'm in a 2-seat, doing drops like a mailman. This ain't no hoopty ass, she riding, she's a hell yeah. No, I won't lose sleep about no pussy, I'm like farewell. Yeah. I'm outside. I know how it feel to see your homie switch sides. I know how to put that Rolls Royce